this is what we're concerned with now on YouTube. Lighting. Here's the thing, like lighting makes a little bit of a difference, but you don't.
It'll look like I have. It'll make it look like I got dark circles under my eyes. So because it's the shadows. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but you look great, and I'm being honest when I say that. You look great. Lighting only going to do so much for me. Lighting only going to do so much for Peter.
No, lighting
good. For Rick, whatever. He's wearing a hat. How is the lighting going to help when you're wearing a hat?
Creating a shadow, yeah.
It's starting to make me think that maybe,
What's he selling?
Listen, I don't want to make accusations here, but I'm very comfortable doing it. Rick's wearing a hat a lot these days. Is it starting to disappear and he just doesn't want to acknowledge it?
He's like Matthew McConaughey before he decided the secret elixir.
I don't know, man. These are just questions I'm asking. People are asking questions. I'm asking questions.
Well, you would know because you went down that road. What was your 7 steps of denial?
Well, my part of denial, it ended for me because I always said I am not going to be any kind of a comb-over guy.
Yeah.
And so the way my hair disappeared, the year was 2003, Bart.
The year was 2002.
Exactly. It was beautiful at one point in the late 90s, and then it started to disappear. It was fine all the way around the back. You can see it still grows in the back.
What was your high point? Like, what was the high point of your
my hair? I would say
ecstasy.
The 90s was a glorious time for my hair.
And you never thought
college.
You never thought it would leave.
Oh no, I used to bury my brothers who lost their hair. 2 or 3 of my brothers lost hair. I used to just destroy them about it. And then
thought you had forever Fabio hair.
So my thing was, not only was I going bald, it was happening in a weird way because I would grow it like a patch in the front.
Oh, you had an island.
Yes. And then in the back, then there was like an inlet.
Oh.
And then in the back, it was still growing. So it really was every day. Who's getting voted off Hair Island today?
It looked like the Bahamas, the Keys.
Right. So I didn't really realize the situation and how poorly it had deteriorated.
You're a bad teammate.
What's that?
Did you see Bubaka how he started playing with his hair? And
he just started. He took his hat off.
Yeah.
No, Bubaka. Don't think that we didn't notice that crap. Bubaka's got a glorious head of hair, and he just took his hat off, and then he starts playing with it.
Yeah, he went
as if to say, "Guess what, Chunky? It was a long time ago, wasn't it?" Yeah.
Hey, don't laugh now. We don't know yet. We don't know your fate.
Exactly.
We don't know your fate.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Yeah, I was 28 once too, and I had it all. I had it all.
We don't know, Boombaka, we don't know your fate till about 40, 41.
Really?
You get that mature hairline.
Well, no. Really, we'll know your fate before then. You may not, or you may choose to ignore it. Anyway, my point is simply this. When I hit 2003 and I realized what was going on and how it was happening, boom, it's coming off.
And it's tough because you're on TV, so you see different. You got highlights in there. You got powerful studio lights, so it illuminates.
Yeah, and at that
remember
point,
John Cena a year ago?
Yeah.
Remember he's at WrestleMania, he had that big bald spot?
Yeah.
He fixed that real quick.
I knew a guy who was so in denial about the situation.
He had a snicker hat?
What's a snicker hat?
So you ain't seen the commercial.
Oh, no.
The guy's bald, and so he put a hat that Snickers, like nobody knows. Like, yo, we can see it.
So he was so in denial that he was at the gym one time. And Bart, after he worked out, he got on the scale, and he was completely naked when he got on the scale in the men's room, in the men's locker room, except for a hat. That is denial.
Hey, that's 3 ounces. I already know. I'll just subtract the 3 ounces.
I'll just leave the hat on. I know it's going to be 211.2 as opposed to 210.8. It's Bart Carlin on 880 ESPN, on the ESPN New York app, and now on YouTube, ESPN New York's YouTube page. Go there and subscribe. You can also do it by simply going to the ESPN New York app and clicking on the tile that is right on the front. Bang! We're right there on your phone, ready to go. Be watching, be listening, anywhere, anytime. Let's start with some football because, frankly, we'll get to some baseball with the Mets a little bit later on, but I'd rather try to find ways to feel good about myself, and it's hard to do with an 0-2 team. In each case with the Yankees or with the Giants and Jets, and so the more I can try to cling to life in football, the better. and that's what I will do. Boy, you really do look better now, too, with the lighting. The lighting on Bart's face now, it looks amazing now. It really looks good.
What? It's different setting.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll find a perfect setting during the break. Anyway, I've been thinking about the Tyrod Taylor stuff with Justin Fields, and I understand what this season is supposed to be about for the Jets. It's about taking a step in the right direction and building your culture, and then at the same time, finding out if you can get lightning to kind of strike in a bottle, so to speak, and catch lightning in a bottle, and find out if maybe with a 1-year limited or 2-year limited, commitment contract, if you can find a quarterback in Justin Fields. Bart, right now, I'm of the mindset that I just need the Jets to start to win some games, and I kind of don't really care about whether or not Fields is going to be it. Mm-hmm. I feel like in the next few weeks, your best opportunity to win the next 2 weeks is with Tyrod Taylor anyway.
Yeah, and that's what you want from an experienced backup, the ability to win your 2 or 3 games when your starter goes down. I mean, look at how many people wish they had Tyrod Taylor, whether you're talking about Browning in Seattle and Cincinnati, you're talking about Scary Terry. I mean, not Scary Terry. You're talking about Jayden Daniels potentially. You're talking about Brock Purdy. Right? It's a lot of
Although
places.
It sounds like he may play.
Yeah.
He practiced yesterday out of nowhere.
Yeah, when you used to being Mr. Irrelevant, they'll make your ass relevant real fast.
All of a sudden, you're feeling better when Mac Jones goes out and throws 3 touchdowns.
We found another one. We found another gem. The same way they got rid of Jimmy G.
Even
then
after
they get rid of Trey
him?
Lance. Yeah, because that guarantee is only for 3 years. Hey, you don't want nobody in this system looking like they can play really well.
Mac Jones goes out, throw 3 touchdowns last week.
That's okay.
You know what? I'm all right. The shoulder's feeling good. Not a problem.
They put me in, Coach. I can still run. I mean, this is the crazy part, right? To your point. The Jets have seen it happen year in and year out. And what they're asking themselves is, why not us? Why can't we ever be the team say, oh, wow, look at Sam Darnold. The light turned on. And then you have a quarterback that goes out and get paid. Why can't you be Tampa? Like, they're going to be looking at Tampa, looking at Baker Mayfield like, really? Really? This dude? We thought he was dead when Cleveland let him go. Now remember, him and Sam Darnold was on the same team. They couldn't crack the code for the Panthers. Neither one of them. Now, this year, it's like, why can't we have anything good things? Now you got to look in Indianapolis and you're looking at Daniel Jones. Like, why do they always get one? Why do other teams always find one? Lightning in a bottle, a quarterback that has been disregarded, thrown away, and all of a sudden the light turns on and you get something for 5 cents on the dollar. Like, it never happens for the Jets, and that's what they hoped that they were going to get with Justin Fields. But once again, that's what the Steelers thought they were getting last year, and it didn't take long before them to realize it's better to have Russell Wilson and his ability to push the ball down the field accurately with the deep balls than it is to have Justin Fields' ability to be a great athlete and ability to be a great run threat and improve your run game. You know what I mean? Running the ball is a slow death. Passing the ball for bombs and easy scores is a quick death. It's swift. It's humane.
My problem is just where is the best opportunity to win games? And in the preseason when Fields got hurt, you'll remember for a day or two it was kind of like, hang on.
Yeah, the toe.
It turned out to not be that serious. But when he got hurt, it was, oh, God, there goes the season. There goes this. There goes that. But really? Did it? Because I'm not expecting Taylor to be off the charts great.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen so far, is he capable of giving you what Fields has given you so far? Absolutely he is. Mm-hmm. And I just want him to stay healthy.
Well, that's the problem with Tyrod. I mean.
And that's a big if.
The fortunate part is the times that Tyrod's got hurt has been as an opponent of the Jets. And you hope that him being on the Jets saves it from him. Whether it's like in Cleveland where the starter Baker Mayfield started because the Jets hurt him on Monday Night Football.
All right, we talk about this a lot. Tyrod Taylor as a really good backup quarterback.
Yep.
What makes Tyrod Taylor a really good backup quarterback?
He's a pro. He's always professional. And unlike Russell Wilson, unlike maybe Aaron Rodgers, he hasn't lost his mobility. Now, he's not as athletic as he was and willing to run it like he used to, but because he doesn't play a lot, he still has tread on the tires, even though his age suggests that he shouldn't be able to run and move in the pocket, right? So, also, he's a professional. He's been around for a long time, but he's not just like a career backup like Josh McCown where you don't know. He's been a leading man before, right? So, because he's been a leading man, he knows what it's like to be the guy. So, when you put him out there to be the guy, it's not unfamiliar territory for him. That's the beauty of Tyrod Taylor, right? Kind of like having Joe Flacco. You know what I mean? He can give you great games because he can have flashbacks of when he was a starter or what he used to be. Now, you get a lot less of that nowadays than you did a couple years ago. But for Tyrod Taylor, he's a guy that's a professional backup, but he's a guy that's been a leading man. I can't think of a guy, maybe Rich Gannon or who was a starter, then became a backup, then was a starter again, maybe Kenny Stabler. Who's the guy? Oh, was it Plunkett?
Jim Plunkett.
Jim Plunkett, you know what I mean? That kind of was a starter guy, left and was a backup, then got thrust into the starting position and was able to be fine and win a Super Bowl.
Two of them, in fact.
Yeah, exactly. The same way. So not saying that Tyrod Taylor is that, but I think he's a guy in this league that has seen it all, that has been around a lot. And I think he's uniquely suited for the matchup against Todd Bowles because it reminds him of being at practice in Baltimore.
Well, okay, so if that's the case, why shouldn't we talk about playing him longer in the next few weeks? Now, look, he could go out there and stink up the joint, and if he does, then there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? But if he goes out there and he's got all of this knowledge, what are we knocking Justin Fields for right now? We are knocking him for inconsistency for his inability to read what's going on down the field. And taking forever and holding on to the ball.
And the subtleties of the quarterback position.
And if Tyrod Taylor is going to be able to handle that nuance and handle the subtleties of the position, why wouldn't you then just go to him when you've already had, like, what does the actual field have to be for Justin before you decide, okay, we're going to just move on from this? He's not our guy for the long term.
See, this is
because I'd already be there.
Well, because he's had one performance that was a good one and one was a bad one. And so, like,
you just described his entire career.
Correct. Inconsistency.
Yep.
Ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster. But when you talk about what can be learned, sometimes we see young quarterbacks get benched, get back in the game after a while, and they learn a lot because you can learn a lot from being able to watch Tyrod play, watch how he handles things. It's the nuance. You can learn a lot from the sideline sometimes when you're not expected to play. He won't be dressed. He'll be there, and he'll have a headset on. He'll hear the plays, and he'll hear, like, wow, I never thought about doing that. Or listen, because this is the thing. Because he hasn't been in the same system pretty much ever, he doesn't learn the nuances of the systems and what can be done. Like, from a defensive standpoint, Rex used to give us tools in our tool belt, and he gave us the freedom to use them when we needed to. If we felt like, hey, man, like this guy got a beat on me, this fullback got a beat on me, I want to kind of switch it up and scrape. I don't want to have an online collision. I can knife my end. All I got to do is tell my end, knife. And that means that instead of rushing outside, he's going to take a step up the field, stab into the bubble, and then the fullback say, oh, crap, I thought I had an easy pass to the linebacker. The ball bounces, and I can scrape, right? It was certain things that I can do, you know what I mean? I could jam my end. My nose guard, right? It was things that you have, and, like, you only learn that when you get into, like, the 5-0, the 5-0, the 400 or the 500, the 400 or 500 level of the system. But Justin Fields has never been able to do that with any system. He's always been stuck on the 100 level or the 200 level.
Well, but is that because he can't process it fast enough, or is that because you keep changing coaches on him?
It's because he's had probably a different coordinator every year of his career. So, like, I'm sure that's why we haven't seen the Ohio State version of Justin Fields. But now he's to the point now, do you have the patience to wait? Because now you're nobody's guy. Nobody drafted you. Nobody's going to be patient with you like they're doing with Cam Ward. Nobody's going to be patient with you like they're doing with some of these young quarterbacks. So now there's really no skin in the game for anybody. Right. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to stand on the table. Nobody's linked to you long term. You're speed dating.
But here's where it is for me. Like, what is going to help me win as many games as I can this year if I'm Aaron Glenn? And I'm not under a delusion about what this team is, about what they can be. I need to get please explain to me if I'm wrong on this, okay? Mm-hmm. I know we've had the likes of Dan Campbell, and he was there for that, and 1-15 and all of it, okay? To me, the best way to build culture is to start freaking winning and to start actually getting results from what you are trying to preach, because the proof of concept will always, always win out the day.
Yeah. I mean, but also right now the team is learning a valuable lesson. They're going to see, can Aaron Glenn and his staff coach them out of a tailspin, right? And usually, like for us, it took week 3 for us to go in the tailspin when Rex got here. Remember, we won our first 3. It was, this is the greatest team. Look how dominant they are. And then people realized Mark couldn't throw left. Mm-hmm. And it was on Monday Night Football against the Saints. And Darren Sharper took a pick 99 yards. And they kept packing the right side of the field and making Mark throw left, and it was inaccurate. And we lost. Then the next week we lost. Then the next week we lost. And that's when you find out who you are, right? So this is a very important time. This is a very important time for Aaron Glenn and his staff to be able to relate and say, hey, this is who we are. This is the standard. This is where we met coming up short. This is how we fix it, and be able to not only fix it with the discipline, but fix it schematically. You have to adjust. You have your plays and what you think, but then you have to say, okay, nah, this team, even though this is the right thing, this is what I like to do, this ain't what they're good at. So let's do that.
A couple of comments here coming in on the YouTube chat. By the way, a great way to be involved in the program, because we'll get more of those mixed in. KPZ checking in. Tyrod, a lateral replacement, to be honest, but he is more seasoned. Like, this is what we're talking about. Like, and it's, I want to emphasize this. I was a big Fields guy before last year. And I think it's completely unfair to expect a quarterback to be able to develop properly, but when you continue to change who your coaches are and you continue to get put in these situations. But life is unfair. Life is unfair. And if you want to be unfair at $25 million this year, I'm good with that. Be unfair to me.
I mean, it's the difference between Tyrod and why he can't become that. I mean, not Tyrod. For Justin, why he can't become that Sam Darnold or that Baker Mayfield, because he hasn't set his ass down long enough as a backup. Geno had to sit down for a while to develop in the shadows. Sam Darnold had to develop and turn around in the shadows.
All right, but do you think it's still capable for Fields to do that? Is Fields ever going to develop? Is Fields ever going to be the next Darnold or anybody like that?
I don't know. You know what's crazy? If I was the Jets, who I would take my chance on?
Kirk Cousins?
Figuring it out.
Russ, if he gets cut?
No, I'm saying in the future.
Go ahead.
Sean Watson.
Wow.
Because we know what it looks like. He's only 29 years old.
I mean,
he'll have a whole year. What I'm saying is, if I'm going to hedge my bet, and you can't draft anybody, just got married.
You hope he's growing up.
So you hope he grows up. I mean, it was a point in time where we were saying who's better, Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes.
It is somebody that threw for 5,000 yards in the season. Now, I never said I never got that far with it. Who was better, him or Mahomes? I never got there.
Remember, they had that historic playoff game where he was up 28 points.
Yep.
And he was throwing for everything he was throwing for. Him and D-Hop was a thing.
All right, let's put all of the off-the-field stuff aside for a minute.
Yeah.
The last couple of years in Cleveland, he's looked awful.
Yeah, but that's
really
in Cleveland.
Bad.
But that's in Cleveland, and that's maybe just the wrong system for him. But we know that he can play at a high level, and he should be completely healthy.
But it's been a long time since he has.
It's been 3 years.
Well, I mean, the last big year was, what, 2020 or 21? Let me go back and look.
It had to be 20 because he was suspended for a year. Then he couldn't play. He had that bad last year where he couldn't play. They didn't play him in Houston. Then he got traded. He didn't play that year. He was suspended. Then it's been about 4 years. I would say 2022 or 2021.
Yeah, I think it was 21 was the last big year that he had.
Right. And then but the other years he was suspended for 2 years, and he had the injury twice.
Let me see here. Just pulling it up. Yeah, it was 2020, believe it or not. 4,800 yards, 33-7. And then that's where it fell off. He didn't play in 21.
Right.
And then a lot of injuries and didn't play 22, 23, and
right.
24.
See, but 22, I think he didn't play. The injury was fake. It was because the allegations was out there. He wanted to be traded, remember? So they basically sat him.
No. This was in 20. 20 was his last year in Houston, and that was the big year.
Okay.
And then he was suspended for 21. He got traded after 20.
Well, we had COVID.
Right, and he got the COVID, he got the whole issue going on with all the different allegations.
He got traded.
Got the fully guaranteed contract, which was a huge deal at the time. And now
right, he's been with Cleveland how long?
This is 4 years. He's been
okay.
This is fifth year. This is the last year.
Oh, it's fifth year?
This is the last season because he got traded
and then
didn't
for the whole year.
play in 21.
Right.
Right?
And then 22 he was suspended, right?
Let me double check when he got traded. No, 22 he was not suspended. Wait a minute. I'm getting this all mixed up here.
What I'm saying is I would take a chance on him reviving his career.
Deshaun Watson got traded March 18th, 2022. So this is his fourth year with Cleveland.
Right.
Okay.
See? And they can cut him or pay him or pay half of it, but they're done with him. They're going to have a high pick and they're going to draft somebody. I would take a chance on Deshaun Watson because Kirk Cousins shined you before and he's old. Deshaun Watson is able to been able to disappear this year because of the Achilles tear. I would give him a shot.
Man, I see. I got to wait for them. First of all, I got to wait for them to cut him.
Oh, they will.
I know they will. They're going to have to pay him anyway. Secondly, I had better be really convinced of two things. Number one, that he's grown up and he's not being an idiot. And number two, that he actually can still play. Because that's a long time ago from the last time that he was actually really good on the field. That is a long time ago.
How old is Deshaun Watson? This is what gets you. This is what gets you though. When you hear that. That's the big thing.
He is 30 years old.
You see what I'm saying? You feel me?
I do, but the last time he was good was when he was 25.
I get it.
He's a knucklehead. Listen, even if you want to, if that stuff is all gone, if he has matured, all of that, I still need to be convinced that he can play.
Right.
And right now, I do not think he can play. I do not.
That's a risk I'll be willing to take.
Boy, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Is that risk bigger than Justin Fields?
Bigger, yeah.
Because arm talent-wise, like, listen, he's been gone so long, and he's been in Cleveland. I don't even think anybody thinks about the massages anymore.
Okay.
It's just about does he play.
Well, but they're always going to.
That was 4 years ago.
I know, but they're always going to think about that. But the other part is they'll forget about it quicker if he is playing well. I'm not advocating for it, but they'll forget it if he's playing well.
We can have here in New York. We can have an all massage team because I'm bringing in Tucker too. we had a spa squad.
Yeah, I'm taking other chances. I'll go in other directions.
You don't think the Jets, when Tucker is cleared in Week 10, should bring the most accurate kicker with all you having is a good defense? You got a defense and a run game. What do you need with that?
Why is Tucker gone?
Because he's suspended.
No, but that's not the only reason.
Because massages.
No, and because he had a bad year last year, too.
Yeah.
Let's be real about it. But if he was still kicking at that same level with the Ravens, he might still be there.
No, because he was suspended for 10 games.
No, I know.
So the Ravens had to draft somebody. So you don't keep a kicker. What do you put him on the injury reserve? He can't be on the team.
The most accurate kicker of all time?
All time.
You're not going to keep him? For 10 weeks? I don't know. Anyway,
what roster spot you going to find? So we going to have a spot squad.
Good luck with that. Bart Carlin.
Halftime, 1, 2, 3 bathhouse.
Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN, and on the ESPN New York app, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Should they just be playing Taylor anyway to try to win? We've got that, and Jason McCourty joins us next. Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the PGA of America. Schweppes has a deep lineup of ginger flavors, including raspberry, white peach, dry grape, and also available in zero sugar. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a hole-in-one for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your summer. Swing by your local ShopRite and grab some Schweppes.
On the BQE southbound, we've got delays over the Kosciuszko Bridge. That's a broken out vehicle left lane heading into Brooklyn. Eastbound Staten Island Expressway at Bradley Avenue, a crash, at least one lane closed. And those delays go back to the Goethals Bridge. Heavy traffic in New Jersey on Route 33, Davis Avenue. That's right by Jersey Shore Medical Center in Neptune. That's because of a water main break. Local detours are in place. And the New Jersey Turnpike northbound side Eastern Spur, a crash up by Vince Lombardi service area. 45 minutes into town at the George Washington Bridge. The Lincoln and Holland tunnels, 25 to 30-minute delays. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Well, to hit a home run, everything's got to line up perfectly, just like when you find the person you want to marry. When it's time to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. From their beautiful 2 by London collection to custom designs for any budget, they make finding the perfect ring easy. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations and tell them I sent you for the Michael K. treatment. London Jewelers, getting it just right.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select for $249 for 24 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S1225248. MSRP $40,000. Zero security deposit. Ends 9/30/25.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN, on the ESPN New York app and on YouTube. Just signed a new contract. I was excited to see that. Jason McCourty is with us, ESPN NFL analyst. He's locked in now.
They put that cheese on his taco?
Apparently.
My boy off probation, dog.
What's up, fellas?
I don't know if I would say you were ever on probation. Everybody pretty much knew you were going to be the guy. I mean, come on.
Well, congratulations, man. And listen, we couldn't be more excited to get a real football sharp mind on our segment to make the New York fans better.
J-Mac?
Oh, I appreciate that. What's happening?
We especially need a sharp football mind because we got 0-4 so far, and we're going to make sense of this, and we're trying to figure this out between these two teams. Let's start with the Jets. Bart and I were talking about Justin Fields so far. Evaluate what you have seen from him from the defensive back perspective.
I think what we've seen from him so far is kind of what we've seen. We've seen the up and down nature of it where against the Steelers, there are moments where you're like, all right, like this is a newfound Justin Fields, the ability to run the ball with Breece Hall, his ability to tuck the ball away and then make the throws that are necessary, the deep play action, throwing the touchdown across the field to Garrett Wilson, because when you're able to run the hell out of the ball, it forces the defense to play man, to load the box, and now it makes it easier for the quarterback to be able to see who's open, to be able to diagnose what defenses they're playing. It's hard to disguise when you have a running back that's picking up 4 and 5 yards before contact. The coach on the sideline starts yelling, get down there, get in position. So it changes the looks for the quarterback. And then you get into week 2 against the Buffalo Bills defense that plays more zone, that plays with more of a two shell for Justin Fields, and you have to figure out things a little bit more. And that's where we saw more of the tendency to hold on to the football, to scramble around, to not get the ball out. And then you have things start to happen like fumbles and things of that nature. So I think it's been a roller coaster for him throughout his career with the ups and downs. And through 2 weeks, that's exactly what it's been. And now it doesn't help that he's in concussion protocol and won't be out there this week.
Well, is it a good thing for the Jets that, Todd Bowles is a guy that's going to be uber aggressive, and you have to make quick decisions and know where to go with the football by being able to gather that pre-snap and post-snap information, especially the fact that Tyrod really cut his teeth, as a member of the Baltimore Ravens, where he probably saw that type of defense every day in practice.
Yeah, for sure. I think when you say, is it a good thing? Yeah, it's a good thing if you know exactly where to go with the ball. You can be accurate. You can diagnose the blitz. You can eat a team up when they start to come at you. I think to your point, the fact that Tyrod Taylor is going to be out there, there's not a defense that he hasn't seen throughout the course of his career, a consummate pro. So you have somebody that you would hope in a quarterback this week that can understand exactly the type of things that Todd Bowles wants to do. I mean, at the same time, though, this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense has looked really good through 2 weeks of the season of being able to get pressure on quarterbacks and make them uncomfortable, which we saw Monday night against C.J. Stroud.
Now, I'm sorry, Chris.
No, go ahead.
Now, sometimes it's not who you play, is when you play them. And right now, the Bucs on a short week are beat up. You have an opportunity, if Tyrod can figure it out, you have a real chance that if the Jets win this one, the Dolphins game doesn't seem like what it used to be. If Tyrod Taylor is able to put up a good performance or even maybe win this game, do you stick with him against Miami?
I don't know if you want to give up on Justin Fields this early in the season. I would say no to that. I would say you go back to Justin Fields as long as he is healthy. And to the point of when you play a team, it's a huge difference. I think for this Jets team, obviously you're going to talk about the quarterback a lot. You're going to talk about Justin Fields. You're going to talk about Tyrod Taylor. But this is a team that you're hoping can run the hell out of the football and play defense. And when you look at Tampa Bay's offense, you said banged up. They are. Like Tristan Wirfs isn't out there. They moved their center to play left tackle. Their right tackle got hurt in the game. So you're going against a lot of backups on that front line that you're hoping if you're the Jets, you go in there and you can get a dominating performance from Quinnen Williams and Johnson up front and those guys to be able to get after the quarterback. So now you're not asking as much of a Tyrod Taylor on the offensive side of the ball.
Jason McCourty with us, ESPN NFL analyst. So without specifically speaking to this, because they're obviously not there, but when you're looking at players as a player, and your team is still trying to evaluate them and figure out if they can be an answer long term. When do you, as a player, look at a guy and say, okay, this is just what he is at this point?
That's such a loaded question in that sense. I think for players, when you're in the locker room and you see a guy working his tail off, doing everything he possibly can. I played cornerback, so I'll take that for example. If you're watching a guy study film, he's training hard, he's doing everything he possibly can, and I go out there and they catch a go route on me every single day in practice, you start to look, whether it's year 2, whether it's year 8, you're looking at me and you're saying, the guy just can't cover the 9 route. It doesn't matter what he's doing. He's given everything he has. He can't do it. So I think it's not really a timetable. I think for certain guys, you see him come in, and it's like, all right, he has to mature. We see the flashes, but there's a level of maturity and professionalism that he has to gain. When you see a guy check every single box except on the field with his play, then you know that's just who he is.
Is it a fair assessment to say the reason Justin Fields isn't, the next Geno Smith or the next Baker Mayfield or the next Danny Dimes, or the next Sam Darnold is simply because he hasn't had a chance to just sit down? Maybe he needs to just take a step back for a couple of years and go in the lab because it's so much pressure for him to perform being the starting quarterback that he never gets a chance to grow.
I think that's a possibility, but I also feel like with Justin Fields in the situation that he's in now, I can't make that judgment after just 2 weeks. And in the first week where I felt like Jets fans walked away from that Steelers game and they're like, you know what? Boswell hits a 60-yard field goal to win that game, but I'm happy with the performance that I watched my team play. And then a week later, they don't look like they get off the bus from a team-wide standpoint. I mean, Michael Clemens had a penalty early in that game that was ridiculous. So I think you look at the totality of it, it's way too soon for me to say, like, this couldn't still be the year that Justin Fields shows us that, you know what, he has the potential to be a starting quarterback in this league.
Who was your Michael Clemens? Who was your can't get right? Because, listen, I've been around, and this dude just can't get right. It don't matter who the head coach is, he just can't get right. I'm surprised he's still on the team. I know Bill probably would have cut his ass a long time ago because there's one thing that you can't allow, and that's stupidity. And, like, who was your can't get right? I know I had, Roger Green. But I gave him a pass. He was dyslexic. He used to go the wrong way all the time.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I played on all bad teams for the majority of my career, so I felt like we had a roster full of can't get right. That's why we were 2-14, 0-16, 3-13. The whole damn roster was full of that.
Let's flip to the Giants, Jason. We've seen them put points up, obviously, against Dallas last week. How much of a difference will Andrew Thomas make when he is back on the field for what that offense could be? Because right now, it's a little bit like the Jets. We've seen really good, and we've seen not good.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew, a left tackle in this league is everything. Having a guy like that back in the lineup makes a world of difference for this football team. Now, at the same time, I still don't think this is going to be a team that's putting up 30 points a game, and even with Andrew Thomas in the lineup, unless they're going against the Dallas Cowboys secondary each and every week, where they're just going to allow them to drop back and chuck the ball up 40 yards and let them go catch the ball. So I do think it'll be a Giants offense that's much improved with one of the best tackles in the game, but I still don't think they're going to be an offense that we're talking about as one of the better offenses in the NFL.
Has Russ earned the opportunity to cook, and how long do you allow him to be the chef before you decide to move on? Like, what's that record that you say, you know what, it's time to put Dart in and it's time to go ahead and move forward without Russell Wilson?
I think it's what it looks like beyond just the record. Because I think if you're a Giants fan, you go into the season, and what was your expectation from a record standpoint? Everybody's circled kind of the new. Go ahead.
I was hearing 10. Everybody got excited when we saw him in the preseason. Like, oh, maybe we underestimated this team. This defense is supposed to be the 85 Bears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, 10 to me is I never thought that for them, especially with their schedule. And that was the thing I felt like going into the season with the Giants, where it was you're going to see a team that's going to be much improved that may not show up on the record because of who they played this year. I know a lot of people have the New Orleans Saints game circled where it's just like, all right, through 4 weeks, if we're 0-4 at that point, do you go to Jackson Dart and get Russ out of there? The way Russ played last week, you're like, all right, well, he gives us a fighting chance of some of the throws he was able to make. Now, of course, you fast forward to the end of the game and he throws a turnover. I feel like those are the things that you're going to look at if you're Brian Dable and you're looking at your quarterback position the first week, where Russ in the red zone was terrible of being able to get the ball out and be able to put points on the board. When their pass rush got after him in the Commanders, he was making bad decisions, of getting the ball out, taking his eyes down, and not looking down the field. Those are the things that you expect a rookie to do. So it's like if Russ is doing those things, to me, then you go with Jackson Dart. But if the offense is operating, I don't think you go to Jackson Dart too soon.
But if this season is all about can Jackson Dart basically save Dayball's job, and Russ is cooking, let's say he's cooking, but they still losing, right? Because that performance wasn't about how bad, Russ was. It was how horrible that defense was to be able to not stop, the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, we have a epidemic going on. It's called the backup quarterback. And if Russ is playing like that, and you know that you're not going anywhere as a Giant fans, maybe you want to sell high and be able to get something for him. And that goes for Kayvon Thibodeau, too, which we know they're not going to sign him next year. That's why they drafted Jalen Carter. So he's on a one-year rental as well. So are those the type of pieces that you sell so you can have a foundation to be able to build in the future? You might be able to get a fifth-round draft pick for if J.J. McCarthy can't stay healthy, you try to put a guy like Russ in there with those weapons, right? And maybe, you look at, Khalil Mack getting hurt. Maybe Kayvon Thibodeau is a guy you can trade and maybe get a third-round conditional second-round draft pick to build going forward, because the Giants have to recognize at some point that they're not going to be able to win, or this season is a loss.
Yeah, I think around that trade deadline, a guy like Kayvon Thibodeau with Abdul Carter sitting behind him, absolutely. I think when you have players that are in the last year of their deal that another team may potentially want, for sure. I don't anticipate that there's going to be a team that at the trade deadline or a quarterback gets injured that they're going to call the Giants for Russ. I don't see that. If that's a possibility, then maybe you entertain it. But I think if you're talking about the development of Jackson Dart, then you have to decide if it's just Jameis Winston being in that building and you feel comfortable with him and Jackson Dart and the veteran leadership that he brings him, then yes, go with it. But you sign Russ, you have him there. If you're Dable, you go through the entire preseason where Jackson Dart performs really well, and you still decide to go into the season and say Russell Wilson is your quarterback. If he's performing, I don't see how you just say, you know what, like to your point, if the trade deadline comes out and we're 0 for whatever and we have no shot, damn near everybody's available if you want them and you give a good price. So I think that goes without saying, but if he's performing well, just from a competitive sports standpoint, to me, it's hard to bench a guy and say, you know what, you're playing amazing, but we're just going to go ahead and sit you down.
Jay, great stuff. We'll talk next week, man.
Good to talk to you guys, man.
Jason McCourty.
Go Rutgers.
That's right. Tomorrow night, Iowa. We'll see you there.
Oh, good luck.
Come on. Don't get out of my face. Get out of my face. It's Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN. You can be watching on YouTube, on the YouTube comments. Lamar checking in. Bart, one more button, please. I want to see the taco meat on Bart's shirt. He wants one more button. That's what the people want over on YouTube. That's where you can watch the show, the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Do it.
You can do all your off.
You got a little taco meat. You didn't shave. I thought you were a shaving guy.
Yeah,
the chest guy.
I shave like 3 times a year. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't really grow a lot of chest hair.
Okay.
It's just like fuzz.
So no real taco meat.
Yeah, I got Chipotle.
Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Garden City Mazda, our inventory of new and Mazda-certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Garden City Mazda. Exhilaration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
Things today can seem kind of unpredictable. Who knows what's around the corner, right? Well, at Total Wireless, we want to give you something to be sure about. With us, you save 50% off Metro and Cricket when you switch with one line. Guaranteed. And you get to keep the phone and number you love. Visit our Total Wireless store today. 50% savings for unlimited plans versus comparable Total Wireless unlimited phone plans based on standard plan rates. Some customers may only receive the guaranteed savings after contacting us and validating the current plan rate. Excludes promotional, discounted, and bring your phone rates. For total 5G unlimited plan or higher, auto pay required. Applied on next renewal date. Additional terms apply.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
You matter, and so does your well-being. Call, text, or chat 988, New Jersey Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, for free 24/7 support with mental health, suicide, or substance use concerns for you or someone you love. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
ESPN New York Couch Cast is coming.
I just didn't feel like physically getting off the couch.
Don't miss this live stream event with your favorite ESPN New York personalities, including Dave Rothenberg.
Is football season here yet?
Rick DiPietro, Chris Carlin, Michael Kay.
Oh, football.
And Don Hahn Rosenberg.
They're playing football!
It all happens September 29th when the Jets face the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Watch the guys' instant reactions and hear their unfiltered commentary all game long.
You're bad at football.
See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
I'm just trying to have the best possible show.
When does that start?
The ESPN New York Couchcast is brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
ESPN New York now live like never before, streaming on YouTube. Your favorite shows, DiPietro and Rothenberg, Bart and Carlin, The Michael Kay Show, Don Hahn and Rosenberg, now with live video. Interact, react, Be a part of the conversation live on YouTube. Subscribe now. ESPN New York on YouTube, and never miss a moment. As I said, we're running through some of the comments that we will work in during the show. Lamar wants to say if the Giants block against KC like they did against Dallas, we're going to be in the game. Here's the problem with that. That's a big if, is it not? Because I don't know. First of all, the Cowboys got rid of you-know-who. That's one. Do you think that game would have been a little bit different if Micah Parsons had still been there? And secondly, I don't know that you can count on them being able to handle somebody like Chris Jones that well as they did the other day.
Well, you can run away from them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a possibility. Russ has familiarity with that defense of Spagnuolo being in Denver. Right? Denver, they lost, but they played well against them. So maybe like I give them a fighter's chance. Since we have the YouTube, we're going to do something where we're going to figure out what's my proper lighting. You know what I'm saying? So
again with the lighting,
You're
go fine.
1.
You look great.
But which one? What's my optimal level? I go 1.
Mm-hmm.
Do I go 2?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 3? Is it 4? Or is it 5? Solar.
I think you're good.
No, it's
it's
for the people that's watching. I want to look aesthetically pleasing for them.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But has there been a remarkable wave of complaints about how you look?
I look like Charlie Murphy. I look like Charlie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't see look like I had black
the last one. I'm just seeing it right now, and I'll give you a little. I'll turn this around.
Yeah, see if they put it down.
I'm looking at the last one. Okay, that's on the last setting that you have it on it right now. That looks pretty good.
Okay,
that's right there.
So we stay there.
Leave it as it is.
Gotcha. There we
Dear
go.
God.
There we go.
Can we stop talking about it? Let's hit the calls. 800-919-3776. Javi in Queens is up first on 880 ESPN. Javier, what's up, brother?
Good morning, my neighbors.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Yes. You too.
So listen, guys, the chat is tremendous. Also, Carlin, can you please give me credit where I'm due? I said, Bart, one more button and we get some fresh taco meat.
Oh,
all
I
right?
apologize,
so
Javi, if I didn't give you credit for that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There we
and
go.
Also, this is how great we get 3+ hours of Carlin today. And Carlin, when you said that you're not a French dip guy, the chat was exploding with, we need to take this to Maury. We need to get on a lie detector and see if that's true or not.
I swear to God, I'm really not. But that sandwich is
about
burned in my memory.
You talking about Salt Hanks?
Yeah, because the guys this morning asked me about what's coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm doing
Salt Hanks again?
No.
I
would.
I thought you spent the block.
No, but it's getting harder and harder to get Salt Hanks now. Because the line's getting more and more ridiculous.
That's because of you.
Well, no. I mean, listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Getting cheese on my taco. But it is an unbelievable sandwich. It's just, And I'm not a French dip guy.
Like maybe.
Excuse me, Carlin. We don't swear to God. We swear to Chef Boyardee, okay? If we're being honest here, okay?
Oh, man. That talk about a 90s great. Is Chef Boyardee still around?
Oh, I think so.
I hope not, because I know how you are, Bart, with the preservatives and all the unnatural ingredients. I hope Chef Boyardee has been banned.
Yeah, we don't know what type of meat was inside of that. Could have been some dyed Vienna sausage.
They actually had a product that was just red dye number 5. What up, Javi? What do you got?
All right, listen. 2 things on football. One, I want to get your take on Survivor Pool. I'm going with Seattle. I want to go with Buffalo, but I feel like everybody's going to go with Buffalo. And then just a quick comment about the Jets. Strangely, I feel better about Taylor starting this game, but I do want to see how Fields looks like for the rest of the year. It's like we know Taylor's ceiling, but I think for one game, especially Fields coming off that stinker, I actually don't feel like Tampa is such a guarantee. Like I thought they were good in the Survivor Pool up until I found Taylor was playing. So I want to know your thoughts on Taylor over Fields for just one game, not the whole season, and your thoughts on Seattle over maybe Buffalo for Survivor Pool. Yeah.
I mean, I think 2. Right.
But there's another aspect of this that you haven't talked about that you talked about before the show, and that was just a health standpoint.
Right. Well, second concussion syndrome. So if you have an opportunity to be able to say, hey, man, get healthy, let's not rush back.
In other words, he rushes back, and we saw this with Tua. You get that second one much, much easier when you just had the first one.
Yeah, because you got to allow the brain a time to heal because it's bruised right now. And because of the soft tissue organ, it takes a little while for it to heal. Like, all the symptoms can be gone. That's why, like, when UFC fighters get concussions, they can't fight for another 6 months. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, with football, because I feel like maybe we have a helmet on and UFC fighters don't have helmets, that we rush the timeline in which you can come back from a concussion, in my opinion.
Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN, on the ESPN New York app and on YouTube.
Hi, former New York Giant Leonard Marshall here. Please join me at the Alzheimer's Foundation of America Family Fun Day on September 27th. Bring your family to AFA's Barbara Rabinowitz Education and Resource Center in Amityville for a fun-filled day of intergenerational activities in celebration of Grandparents Appreciation Month. Learn more and register at AFA September 27th Family Fun Day by visiting www.afalongisland.org or calling 631-223-4000.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, your EV countdown to $7,500 in savings ends September 30th. Hurry in, the clock is ticking. You can get a Prologue Touring for $179 per month with zero down during the EV Countdown sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 36 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 3,300 loyalty or conquest, and $7,500 EV credit as down payment.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the PGA of America. Schweppes has a deep lineup of ginger flavors, including raspberry, white peach, dry grape, and also available in zero sugar. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a hole-in-one for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your summer. Swing by your local ShopRite and grab some Schweppes.
All you gotta do is put
Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Brooklyn. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour with special guest L. King. Barclays Center, Saturday, September 20th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour. Live at Barclays Center, Saturday, September 20th. Get tickets now. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 25 Mazda CX-30 for $199 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. Then SM843629. MSRP $26,865. Zero security deposit. Ends 9/30/25.
What if a quarterback completed 4 out of his 5 passes? Or a point guard hit 4 out of 5 shots from behind the arc? Well, now, when you're hiring, you can play at that level. Because 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter's technology hustles to find skilled people for your job. And you can invite your top picks to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
On YouTube now as well. At our YouTube page, go there and subscribe. If you're not, speaking of subscribing, if you're not subscribed to the Bart and Carlin podcast, you can go there wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe, rate, and review. Make sure you are locked in so that you can get the show anytime, anywhere. Listen, I asked the question to Jason McCourty, and it really, really fascinates me this week. With the
think
Giants,
ultimately it does fall back on the coach.
Bart just plugged something in, and he hit a button on my screen. It was Tim Hasselbeck talking about penalties falling on coaching. Let's see if that had anything to do with the Giants.
I think ultimately it does fall back on the coach. Like at the end of the day, it does fall back on the coach. I think the question ends up being is I think you have to look at the types of penalties, when and where. And so I say that to say that delay of games penalties, pre-snap penalties, certain things of that nature. I think even to an extent you could talk about defensive penalties in terms of defensive holding, pass interference, because I think there are things you can do as a coach. For example, you get DBs that are grabbing and holding all the time. Like I've seen coaches put those guys in boxing gloves for practice. It's like, look, you can't hold. Now some coaches don't like to do it because, guys aren't being trained to catch the football when they're playing in boxing gloves. But there are things that you can do for certain types of penalties. I do think that ultimately it falls back on the coach.
Look, it's stuff like this, when we're relating this to the Giants and all the penalties they had the other day, where I don't know that I'm really going to get a much better feel unless they are cleaning up the ancillary stuff like this, how much better Andrew Thomas is going to make their offense. And it's nothing against Andrew Thomas. It's nothing to do with any of that. What it has to do with continuing to make the mistakes that are going to shoot yourselves in the foot. You saw what you're capable of this past week. I don't think that's the regular Giant offense. That's an anomaly. But the Giant offense in week 1 was an anomaly too. It's got to be somewhere in between.
Right. If it's somewhere in the middle, then 25 points, that's good enough to win if your defense. Listen, just imagine how many points that the Giants would put up if their defense can get off the damn field and not give up equal points on the other side.
See, this is what I'm getting at here. If we talked about this with Aaron Glenn and the Jet defense and try to put the square peg into the round hole. The Giant defense right now, I don't know what to make of this because this is an utter mess. And it doesn't look to me like this is about trying to force guys to play in a system. It just looks to me like guys who are just not well coached and not playing particularly well together, and it's killing them. And they're getting gashed on big plays.
Yeah, with the personnel that they have, it shouldn't be this way. I mean, they should be raising hell, doubling everybody. We know that, they have questions at the cornerback position, maybe with a Debo, or if not, definitely opposite of Debo. You should be able to steal another guy in coverage with the ability of your front three, your front four to be able to get pressure. And it's just not working. The front end and the back end aren't tied together. We talked about when Michael Parsons came and those corners weren't good, how because they were linked to each other, they were able to sit on routes because they understood that the quarterback's not going to have that much time to sit back and survey the field. Well, it should be the same thing with the Giants. I mean, they have 3. They may not have one as high as Michael Parsons, but Burns, Thibodeau, Sexy Dexy is better than anybody interiorly that the Green Bay Packers have. And they have 3 good outside pass rushers, not just one.
I'm looking at this, and I'm wondering how much better of a team they're actually going to be on Sunday. Because if I look at them, and maybe
so you don't believe what you saw?
No.
You don't think that's
what
sustainable?
I saw against the Cowboys?
Yeah, you
no.
don't think they can cook?
Not at that level. Can they cook? But here's what I want to know. How much better is Andrew Thomas actually going to make them this week?
I mean, it allows you to be able to double Chris Jones now. And it allows you, if they decide to move Chris Jones over the left tackle, all right.
There's a fighting chance.
Yeah, our guy against your guy.
Yeah.
So really, the game rate, because now if you can, that means if Thomas is over there, if Kalafis is over there, George Kalafis, you know what I'm saying? You say, okay, well, we ain't got to worry about him. All right, now let's take everybody else and let's turn the protection so Chris Jones don't destroy the day. That is an added advantage. Having a great left tackle is like having a lockdown corner. He provides protection for the whole left side of the field of the offense.
Well, but how much better are they as a whole? In other words,
tremendously better.
No, but there are teams where you take a guy like that away, and that team can't do anything, and it really shows. Is that the case here?
I mean, the fact that they were able to do what they did with a dude that got 4 penalties on one thing, it can't be worse. It's got to be better, right? And now you can game plan about it because you have a high expectation of what Thomas is, and maybe he's hurt. He can't be 100% himself, but he can be 80% himself, and that's more than enough to be able to have the time to take shots down the field to allow Russ to take advantage of the one thing that he really has left that's still elite, and that's the deep ball.
Is this really going to give you an opportunity to gauge how good the Giants are against the Chiefs this week? In other words, is this going to be, if the Giants win this game, is this about the Giants or is this about the Chiefs?
A little bit of both. Because if the Giants are able to beat a focused Kansas City team with their season on the line early.
It is.
Because we've never seen a team make the playoffs, or maybe we have.
I'll get the numbers for you while you're saying it.
0-3.
Yeah.
And something that we've never seen is Patrick Mahomes lose 3 games in a row ever, not at any point of the season. So that would be saying probably, maybe not I say it out loud, that's more about Kansas City than it is the Giants. That if they're able to come out and do that and beat a team that's desperate right now, that's basically should be playing for their season. I don't know if Xavier Worthy will be back, but for everybody out there, beat up on the Chiefs while you can, because once Rashid Rice comes, then they have Rashid Rice. Hollywood Brown was a first-round draft pick.
Worthy was working out a little bit this week.
Right.
We don't know if he's going to play or not. Here is the specific number. Teams that have started 0-3, of the 165 times that has happened, 4 have made the playoffs. 4.
Yeah.
When you start 0-3, that's 2.4%.
So we got
nobody
Jets
who's ever started 0-3 has won the Super Bowl, and only 2 have ever won the division.
So we got the Jets and Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs right now. I know it's 10 of them. The playoffs is on the line. Whoever wins gets to go to playoffs.
See, this is my problem with this game this week. I truly don't know what to make of the Giants yet. When I watch the Chiefs through the first couple of weeks of the season, I feel like this is going to tell me a lot more about them beginning the slide. Because they look like a team that is not quite at the same level that they have been for a while, and they look like a team that's
tired.
getting older a little bit.
Yeah. It's like watching the Lakers when the Pistons beat them.
Mm-hmm.
They just outran them. Then eventually the hamstring pull. I mean, how much is Kelsey going to push himself to try and turn the clock back? Remember, greatest shape ever, lost all the weight. That's how you know. That's how I know it's the end. When you start hearing greatest shape ever, all right. Yeah, all right.
No, listen, and I'm not questioning what he's doing. I think they're all trying to do the best they can, but even Mahomes looks older.
They can only do so much.
Yeah, Mahomes looks older.
And listen, they've essentially probably played. I remember when I was telling people how we got tired and we got off to a slow start after we lost the AFC Championship. We had played a lot of football. There was a lot of guys that was on that Ravens team that I was on. We had played 9, 10 extra games. Coming from Baltimore, it was like they had a hurricane, and we played 18 straight weeks. You only got so many miles on you, bro.
Yeah.
And when they start adding up, you can't recover, and you start seeing yourself on film. Damn, is that me? Ooh. That's when it hits you. And I'm sure Travis Kelce been running around
not good. Chiefs are 5.5-point favorites. So I think either way, this is going to tell me a lot more about the Chiefs than it is about the Giants. But then again, it's funny. Maybe I'm just being completely unfair to the Giants right now, but I feel like if the Chiefs come in and beat them soundly, that tells me again that the Giants are not very good.
Yeah.
And I feel like if the Chiefs come in and lose to the Giants, it tells me more about the Chiefs, again, sliding more than the Giants being actually good. And it's discrediting the Giants both ways, but that's where my level of faith is at the moment, even though they go out there and they throw 40 points up on the board last week.
Yeah, and that's what we said. We don't know how good the Giants is or aren't because of the opponents that they're going against. We're pretty much criticizing them. They could potentially have lost to 3 playoff teams. You know what I mean? Like Washington may get in. I'm not so that shoddy after what they did week 1 against the Super Bowl champs can't find a way to be the 7th seed. So the thing is, when do they get a break? Because outside of the Saints, they're going right back to the Lions then.
800-919-3776. Is this game with the Giants going to tell you more about the Giants or more about Kansas City? Because it's hard for me to say that this is going to tell me more about the Giants. It really is. Don't forget, ESPN has got the Couch Cast coming next week. ESPN New York, get ready. It is a new Monday Night Football experience with the new ESPN New York Couch Cast when the Jets take on the Dolphins for a Week 4 divisional matchup. Settle in on the couch and join the alt cast with your favorite ESPN New York personalities for instant reaction, unfiltered commentary, behind-the-mic banter, streamed live on our YouTube page where you can watch all the shows now from kickoff until the final whistle. Grab your snacks, watch the game with us. It's the ESPN New York Couchcast, presented by Calandra's Bakery, Jacob's Pickles, and driven by All American Ford Auto Group, your giant Ford Auto Group with giant savings and a giant selection. Monday, September 29th, starting at 7 p.m. on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. You know, there's talk about the snacks and all that stuff, and I know you're not going to be here because you're going to be over at SNY. You've got the Jets that night.
It's a long day, bro.
That is going to be a long day for you. That is going to be – I really feel for you.
And what's going to make it even longer is I didn't even know.
What do you mean you didn't even know?
I didn't know they played Monday night next week. I live my life 7 days in 7 day clips.
You live your life 1 hour in front of you.
Seven day clips, baby. That's how I roll.
You don't live in 7-day clips. You live in hour clips. Come on now. You didn't know it was a Monday night game until when? When I read that?
Yeah, I didn't know it was next week.
No, it's 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know it's not this week.
No, it's not this coming. It's the week after. It is the 29th. The 29th.
I just know because the following week, I got the Dallas Cowboys. I got to do my second Pepsi thing.
Oh, and I got to get more of my money. That's what I got to do. I'll tell you what.
When we cap it
I
off.
said this to somebody the other day. It's good being you. It's really good. Somebody was talking to me about what life is like with you every day. And I said, I think what you don't appreciate is just how willing people are to throw money at him. Because you said 2 damn words. Yet, yes, you were a great player, but you know, as much as I do, this is why people remember you, because you made great plays in that game, and you were a great player.
Well, now that you say that, I forgot. I owe somebody an invoice call. I did the DAZN party when opening day. I still haven't received payment. The hell going on here?
No, but
what the hell's going on out there?
But this is what I'm talking about. You will, for the rest of your life, be able to pick up money and be able to get appearances like this because of who you are and how you played for those few years here in New York.
I'll do the Iggy Shuffle.
And I'm not downplaying your career.
No, it's all
not
good,
in the
baby.
least.
Listen,
I feel this way like in Philadelphia, there are a lot of players who will never leave the city because they will never go poor.
Yeah, Ike ain't never going nowhere.
Ike's never going anywhere.
And if you was on that team that won the Super Bowl,
forget it.
Tricky Nicky can come there. Yeah, he ain't paid for a hoagie in 10 years.
Exactly. Nick, they got a damn statue to the guy. You think Doug Peterson's going to come to town and ever pay for a damn thing? No, absolutely not.
Tell you what, I go down to Baltimore. They still pay me for doing stuff.
Exactly.
And that's for hitting Ben.
That is what is impressive. That is what is impressive to me, is that you can not even snap your fingers and somebody said, Bart, let me throw a few bucks your way.
If
you come show up for an hour.
If we'd won the Super Bowl here, I wouldn't even be working on radio.
You wouldn't be here.
No.
It'd
just be people still bringing me envelopes.
Yeah, you wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I got the thing. I did. Thanks for doing the thing. I got the thing. So I wanted to say appreciation.
You take care of that thing for me?
Yeah, I got the thing.
If you won the Super Bowl, you absolutely would not be doing this. No. You would. That would be even better. How much? I don't want specifics on the numbers. I just want to know percentage-wise. How much would your rate for an appearance be different if you had won the Super Bowl here? How much more? 100% more? 200% more?
Yeah, definitely 200%.
So let's just say that somebody was going to pay you $5,000 to show up for a few hours somewhere. It would be 15. And I know it's a low number.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, man.
No. I'm just using it as an example of a math example. Can't
even get me to wear non-wrinkled clothes for $5,000.
I know you don't get out of bed for less than $10,000, but I was using it more as like, all right, if it was this, then it would be this.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know, that's what I'm saying. You basically would triple your money.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Because on my inscription, I'm gonna write Super Bowl champ. Can't wait.
Oh yeah. Canty did it, but it would have been worth more if it was a Jet.
Well, yeah.
Because the Jets hadn't done it.
They're not accustomed.
Right.
And plus,
but Canty, I'll tell you what, Canty throws around. Your resident Super Bowl champion, he throws that around everywhere he goes.
Plus,
every intro you hear it on Sportsman, like you're going to hear that from Canty.
But plus, Canty's a great guy. It's not as funny as me. People love funny people.
That's true. I love Canty. He'd admit he's not as funny as you.
He's a bit serious.
I don't know.
He's like the Joker. Why so serious?
I don't know many people who are funnier than you.
Oh, thank you. You know
really?
what's funny? I was hanging out at the Family Feud, and like 2 days in a row, Shady McCoy called me like, yo, I can't believe how funny you are. You're the funniest dude I ever been around. Like, you look so mean on TV. Like, that's just my face. I just got a resting linebacker
but you
face.
don't look mean on TV.
No, they talking about the faces, like,
okay.
And them knowing me from playing, you know what I'm saying? Because, like last week, Greeny was saying I got resting linebacker face. You know what I'm saying? He's like, when people say stuff and I'm ready to jump in.
Yes, you do have when they do, the director definitely cuts to you when somebody says something that's a little suspect. All right, what's on Bart's face? And it's like, bro. You have that look of like, bro, all the time. That skeptical bro face.
Yeah, it's like, come on, I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah.
You big dummy. I can't call you dummy because we're supposed to be teammates.
Here's David and Elizabeth next. What's up, David? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, you know what's so crazy, right? I was thinking about this, and I thought that you guys were going to say it, but I'll say it before you guys. Real quick, right? I'm hoping that we win this Sunday, and when we do, hopefully, it's going to create quarterback controversy. And you guys know it.
Yeah, see, but I don't think so. It maybe could create controversy between you guys, the fans, but I think the mission and what they're trying to accomplish here, they're on board. And I think Tyrod's not going to rock the boat, right? Tyrod going to say he'll willingly go sit down, where if it was somebody else that was hoping that they can be a starter in this league, they wouldn't take it so sparingly.
No, you're absolutely correct. I wasn't thinking that it would start controversy because, like, you look at it like this. He's a better passer. He has a little more experience, played more games. Well, hopefully played more games than Justin. And,
Dave, the Jets ain't trying to win nothing. That's the whole thing. They're trying to set up to win later, next year or two, to be ready. They're just setting the foundation. So even if they go to playoffs, they're like, man, it's good to get the experience. Remember the Lions went to playoffs the first time? Like, it's like, all right, it's great for the experience. This is going to help them going forward. But I don't think anybody's under the impression that the Jets can catch fire and maybe get to the AFC Championship like our teams. Our teams were way more talented and had a lot more depth. And they had brought over a lot of guys that had won and been successful other places, whether it's Trevor Price, myself, some Alan Faneca they had brought over the year before. You know what I mean? Damon Woody was a 3-time Super Bowl champion. You know what I mean? So it was guys that knew what it looked like to win championships.
Oh, most definitely. Hey, real quick, Bart, I just want to say one thing, right? Well, two quick things. Number one, I would say you and Booger McFarland are the most knowledgeable guys talking football. Like, all the other dudes talking football, y'all just getting free checks. No disrespect to y'all, not saying y'all don't know the ball, but when you two gentlemen talk, like, you learn something. You understand the game. You understand what's going on. And, like, you pick up so much. So, like, whenever you talk, very serviceable, very knowledgeable. We appreciate that.
No, I appreciate it, man. Like, Booger got an extra brain. I feel like the dog meat on his forehead is just the extension of his brain wrinkles. I think that was his brain wrinkles. Don't his forehead look just like how we think the brain looks behind the skull?
Probably so.
I think maybe he busted his skull one time and part of his brain oozed out like spray foam.
I did some shows with him. Booger's pretty funny, too.
Yeah.
He's not you. He's pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny, though. A couple of questions that came in on the live chat over on YouTube. Again, you can catch the show on YouTube as well as on ESPN New York. You can catch it right on the app, listening, and just click on the tile right there on the app to watch it. In the chat, number one, Arturo, what moisturizer does Bart use?
You know what's crazy? I don't use no moisturizer. I got oily-ass skin, always had oily skin. That's why I used to always
That sounds like it could be the name of a moisturizer, oily-ass skin.
Oily-ass skin. I used to use, I used to have to walk around with a piece of paper towel because my face would get so oily. But they said it's good because, I didn't appreciate it when I was younger. They said I appreciate it when I was older because I used to have, little acne bumps because I used to always do that because I used to always be so shiny. You know what I mean? But now it works out in my favor because it's making the skin – making that leather not dry out so fast.
Monkey wants to know, doesn't Canty owe Bart a Ferrari?
Oh, no, it was his Bentley.
It was his you bent his Bentley?
Well, he
what was that?
He told me that the Jets weren't going to win a certain amount of games.
Right.
And I bet my Ferrari, and he bet his Bentley.
And who won?
I did.
Did he give you the Bentley?
I let him off the hook.
Come on.
He just had to donate to my charity.
Here's the thing about charity.
I should have took it. Because I could have sold it and then sent over to the charity where he sent it, still has some. You know what? Maybe I'm going to go, is statute of limitations over with?
You have to talk about that with him here tomorrow because he's coming over tomorrow as he does every Friday.
Now I got to check that out.
So you'll have to talk with him.
I wonder if he still got the Bentley.
I'm sure he still has.
But he might have this was like 5 years ago. That Bentley's
think he
not
replaced it?
It was like the Musain. It was like the big one, like the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
It was like the 500, the 300.
No, I saw it once when I saw him park it, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it looked like it needed a driver. Like, why are you driving that? You're supposed to be in the back drinking Grey Poupon.
Betting his Bentley against my Ferrari. Relatable content. Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN.
Shop great new offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $239 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. They will take any trade-in and accept all lease returns, even if you didn't lease with them. Plus, enjoy Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance, all included. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Bring the Ryder Cup spirit straight into your living room with Ryder Cup Live Watch Party Kits. You get everything you need to turn any space into the ultimate fan zone. Flags, cups, decor, and more. Host a few friends with the at-home kit or go big with the ultimate kit for larger gatherings. No matter where you are, you can celebrate in true Ryder Cup style. Ryder Cup Live Kits, your ticket to golf's biggest rivalry at home. To learn more, visit RyderCup.com.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. Oh, what are you doing? Don't do New York City dirty.
New York City's my heart, my soul. I would never do this place dirty, because everything I want is in this city.
Why would you want to dirty somewhere that you live?
This is your home. You don't throw papers out the window, flick cigarette butts.
It's disrespectful. Dispose of it the correct way.
I would never put trash on the ground. That's why we got trash cans. Don't do New York City dirty. Trash your trash.
A message from the Sanitation Foundation.
One by one, we keep this city clean, man. Let's get it.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money. So he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Can't even rely on David Peterson as it is. It's Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN. We'll get to that and hear from Carlos Mendoza in a moment. New York soccer fans, get ready for a huge night at Citi Field. Wednesday, September 24th. NYCFC hosts Inter Miami. Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m. For your chance to be there, enter now at ESPNNewYork.com or through the ESPN New York app. Just click the contest tab and submit your entry. Don't miss your shot to catch this marquee matchup in person. Tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com/NYCFC. Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN, ESPN New York app, our YouTube channel. It is time for Audio Files.
The Audio File.
Let's start with Carlos Mendoza. David Peterson, not very good last night. Mets lose to the Padres.
He hasn't been good for the last outings. I think he's like 7 ERA right now.
Over his last 6 or 7 outings, it's not good. He's getting bombed.
He got the bunt. The bunt comes out. Like, come on, man. Load the bases with a bunt, a hit pitcher, and then throw a hanging slider to Machacha.
The old cookie.
The old cookie. And who knew that was the first grand slam that he's ever given up in his career?
Well, it wasn't the first that he's had. It was his 16th.
Oh, it was?
for the guy who's for Machado. Yeah.
Yeah, Machado 16th. Yeah. You just felt it coming, too.
Here is Carlos Mendoza, the manager on Peterson.
We trust him and all of the guys that are here, we only got, 10 more to go in the regular season here. We need him. He's been a big part of this team, but it's been a struggle for him. We're going to do everything moving forward to put guys in position to help us win baseball games. But we're counting on him.
Yeah, they need him in the worst way, because when the rest of it is just all about the young pitchers, you can't fully expect that to always deliver at that level. So this afternoon, it's Jonah Tong, who has to be better than he was last time.
Oh, God.
We can get out of the first inning.
Is he still reeling from the Rangers game?
The Friday night game? Oof.
Yeah, man.
They play this afternoon. That game, by the way, right here on 880 ESPN, beginning at 1:10 p.m.
What's interesting about that game is for Tong.
Coverage 12:30, by the way.
What's interesting about that game is, if Tong can't get it done, Singer can be right on that ass.
Anybody. I don't care who it is. Anybody. Somebody gets him out.
How many piggybacks did I seem like they want to piggyback everywhere? Maybe we can piggyback Peter. Like, bro, we just going to have 13 pitchers up? The hell are we talking about?
Everybody's going to be a piggyback. So that's that. Yankees. How about freaking Trent Grisham? That dude's been ridiculous this year. Two more home runs last night.
You talking about team MVP, Trent Grisham?
I did ask the question this morning. Just to ask it, just to get a response. Has Trent Grisham actually been more important to the Yankees this year than Aaron Judge has? When you treat Aaron Judge like the given that he is?
Talk about the bang for the buck, too.
He's been ridiculous. Here he is on the 2 home runs last night.
I feel good, but, I think it's ebbs and flows. I don't feel good every single night. More of a mental battle getting up and getting ready for the game and really trying to stay locked in.
Boone on his big year.
It's been a massive year for him. And the first home or the second homer, I love so much. It's like I thought Bradley made a really good 2-strike pitch at the top of the zone that he's able to get enough of that he fouls it off. Then he got one in the handle, fouls it off, and then he rides out a breaking ball and just rides it out for the 3-run homer, which is like kind of that felt like the big blow of the game. Just a really big time at bat, and that embodies the at bats he's had all year. It's just whether he's going through a little lull or whether he's on a hot streak where he's hitting for power. It's just a good at bat, and obviously there's been a lot of big homers that he's hit for us and a lot of big hits.
Okay, so Baltimore now the next few days. Bart, can we just start to put this in the cooler a little bit and just wrap it up here so that
let's not make
no drama to this.
2 games up, right?
They are 2 games above Seattle right now for the first wild card.
And what's the matchup?
And they are
because we might want to lose in case we don't like the matchup. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to consider.
No, I understand that, but would you, like I asked the question yesterday, would you rather play Houston or would you rather play the Red Sox?
Houston. What say you, Boombaka? Caught him playing asteroids.
What's he doing? I don't even know what he's doing. Is he fixing his hair? What are you doing? Boombaka called you out.
Caught you playing asteroids.
I was trying to figure out the IR situation. Because there's different designations for IR.
Yeah.
And both Khalil Mack and Joe Burrow are on IR, but not season ending.
Are you doing your fantasy football thing right now? Is that
sort of kind of?
Yeah.
Wait,
you got your short term, right, where it's like designation like in 3 or 4 weeks. Then I think you have maybe one a little longer. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's move on. Jason Kelsey, New Heights Pod. What do you think he was talking about? The tush push.
I get that there's like a hair of a second early on some of these. Some of them are legitimate false starts. Some of them I feel like fall well within the parameters of any other short yardage play. And here's the other thing. The false start thing, that thing is going to happen whether it's a tush push or a regular quarterback sneak. Guards are going to be trying to time out the snap. Good guards on short yardage runs are going to be trying to time out the snap. Like that's how, if you're late, you're going to be screwed. So it's not like they're trying to false start.
So call it.
They don't call it. That's the problem.
Right. Oh, yeah. So some of them, they're kind of a tad early. That's early.
Early is early.
Early is early, bro. Like, what are we talking? Oh, well, he grabbed his face mask a little bit. No.
Do we actually believe that this is going to survive past this year?
Nah, people are tired of it. And too many people, it's the outcry. It's like, man, get this crap out of here.
Like if I...
You got Saquon on a Saturday. Yeah, they know he's coming. They can't stop it. Now I wish somebody come and just ear hole him right in the side. Like, while he pushing somebody. Like, oh, I thought he had the ball. Hit him right in the side of his head.
You watch. This is, if I was Philadelphia, I would try to do this as much as I could for the rest of the year because this is it.
I mean,
but secondly, somebody at some point is going to get a shot.
Bro,
I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
If Rex was still in there, we said, let him get it. I want y'all to go low. so that he can't. So his body raises up, and I want my cornerback come right down the line. I want you to leave your feet and ear hole him right in his damn tempo. Night. I promise.
Just take him out.
I promise you, because he's leading forward with his head, so it don't matter. He's live.
No, I get it.
And I'm gonna go hit him right in that head.
But what I'm surprised by is that it hasn't happened yet.
Because these dudes soft. We'd have been.
It's just like 3 years now.
What I'm saying is, we'd have been did that.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have been. You know what we did? Like how they said they're tad offside. We'd have been offside and just knocked the quarterback out. Like, oop, my bad.
Now, this was from earlier in the week. I want to hear this between Tua and Mike McDaniel. When the Dolphins are trying to come back the other day in their game against the Patriots, they had some communication problems, and it led to a delay of game on the final drive, and it really helped do them in. So here is Tua on the poor communication. This is from earlier in the week.
That was really frustrating. It was frustrating with the communication with the guys inside the huddle, and then what the personnel is, then the play for those guys. Do we have too many guys in? Why do we have another guy running in? Just the whole operation of that was not up to standard, was not up to par.
So Tua's saying right there, like nobody knew anything about what anybody was doing. Right. That's basically what I heard. Did I hear that wrong? I don't think so. This is McDaniel responding to what Tua had to say.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game. Honestly, that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20. That was critical.
For him to be so smart, he sounds so socially awkward. Like the way he answers things. Remember what he said? He had something the first week when Rex kind of went off on him, bro. Like.
Mm-hmm. Rex called him nerd boy, which might have been a bit much.
Bro, like, when your coach is this type of person, I don't know how you relate to him. I can't relate to no personality like that, bro. Unless you a genius and everything working out. But now when all that genius stuff stopped working, I don't know if I can even relate to you, bro. You're a cornball.
So I bring all of this up because they are 11.5-point underdogs tonight. And Peter Schrager said this week that he doesn't think that McDaniel gets fired if they get bombed tonight. What's it actually going to take for Mike McDaniel? Because it's pretty clear he's going to be the first one to go.
First of all, I think it'd take at least 5 weeks. Who the hell is who's on that coaching staff? My boy.
Who?
Anthony Weaver. He's been talked about being a head coach for a couple years. He's defense coordinator there. They can give him an open tryout.
I can't imagine that McDaniel's got a whole lot left.
Coach, I might be the linebacker coach in Miami, South Beach.
Yeah, that's going to work.
Satellite.
That's going to work.
Well, I'll go to Del Rey. I'll keep it entertained.
Last one, Aaron Rodgers. Can't get too focused on binary results.
We can't get attached to the binary system that our league is judged on necessarily, because it is a 17-game season and the process has to be great. So just dig into the details in the process, enjoy it, practice well, and then let game day take care of itself.
Translation, we cannot get attached to the wins and losses. Because really, it's just more about the process. Oh, my God.
Hit my favorite line.
Which one? Jack Parkman?
Yeah, you
or
already
Bart,
know.
You look great.
Bartman. No, Bart.
I gotta, again, you got to give me a little more than hit my favorite line.
Oh, you know.
R-E-L-A-X.
See, Bubaka, you're supposed to know better than that. You don't really know me. I thought we had a thing. It's the Jack Parkman, man.
Again, it's Jack Parkman.
All these guys are losers.
I'm the only winner on the team. The rest of them are losers, either by choice or by birth.
I thought you wanted Aaron Rodgers saying, Bart, you look great, man.
That never gets old, man. I'm the only winner of the team.
I'll tell you, it never gets old.
That hurt. That hurt, son. Services.
Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN and on the ESPN New York app.
Honey, this is it.
Shot clock winding down. Trailing by 2.
When you can't miss the last shot, and neither can he, don't take slow for an answer.
Pastrello shoots. Didn't see it coming.
Switch to Optimum Fiber, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at just $40 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today.
What went through your head on the last shot?
It all happened so fast.
Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
At Garden City Mazda, discover more about what moves you.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Our inventory of new and Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Embrace every unexpected turn with the new 2025 Mazda lineup. Refined performance, spacious interiors to fit your life. Elevate your driving experience.
Garden City Mazda. Exhilaration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
All you gotta do is put up.
Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Brooklyn. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour with special guest L. King. Barclays Center, Saturday, September 20th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour. Live at Barclays Center, Saturday, September 20th. Get tickets now. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
Listen up, friends. It's summer, and you should be out there trying to enjoy yourself. But neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain is holding you back. It's time to handle it. I'm telling you, you need to call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is a double board certified, Ivy League trained. This man is the real deal. No surgery, no scars, no downtime, just results. You can book a same day or next day appointment. He's got 3 convenient locations in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, so there's no excuses. You want to get back to your active lifestyle? Dr. Shaw got you covered. Joint pain, migraine, sciatica, nerve pain, gone. No cuts, no medication, no long recovery, just precise image-guided procedures that can get you back to doing what you love. So, here's what you got to do. Get your phone, get online, SandwellPain.com. Book that appointment. You've waited long enough. Don't let pain steal your summer. Don't let pain steal your fun. Call Dr. Jay Shaw today. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 or lease for $249 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN 354688. MSRP $32,945. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per 1,000 finance. Ends 9/30/25.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text SIZZLE to 369-369. That's SIZZLE to 369-369. SIZZLE to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This Ryder Cup, if you can't make it to Bethpage, then this is the place to be. Join the Michael K. Show, broadcasting live from 1 to 3 p.m. at Ryder Cup Live from Rockefeller Center, Midtown Manhattan's ultimate golf fan fest. Experience massive video boards, interactive golf challenges, themed cocktails, official Ryder Cup gear, and the electric energy of golf's greatest rivalry. From Thursday through Sunday, it's all happening in the heart of New York City. The Michael K. Show, live from Ryder Cup Live. Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the Ryder Cup.
I like to be as irresponsible as possible, and when I want to do that, I talk to Joe Fortenbaugh. He, of course, of ESPN Bet. You know him, ESPN Bet Live every night. You see him on SportsCenter. You see him on First Take. You see him everywhere.
I see him from the soon as the sun come up to the moon. I mean, damn. Do they ever give you a break, brother?
I think the best thing I saw on the internet this week was the abundance of ESPN New York promotion for the fact that you guys are now on YouTube, right? Yep. Everyone's asked to promote. And people like Rosenberg do it in a very generic way. It's not exciting. You guys post a clip with Bart screaming, "I'm for sale." And I thought that was just fantastic.
Well, listen, Joe, when you make it to 2004, you celebrate it and you promote it as much as possible.
How you two doing? It's great to be on with you. Let's try to find some winners here. What are we thinking?
Well, do you still have the mustache, first of all?
Still got the mustache. Survivor is doing very well. But here's the thing. There's been almost no blood in Survivor so far this year. Everybody's doing well. Week 1 was very chalky. Week 2 was very chalky. We were really close to losing about 20% of all entries last week if the Giants found a way to hang on against the Cowboys. Not sure if you guys talked about that on the airwaves at all this week. Really good game down the stretch. Nice defensive effort on the final drive, just letting Dallas cruise down the field in 25 seconds. But that would have been the one that finally drew some blood. So we've had no blood yet. So if you see a mustache on my face, rest assured the public is doing quite well.
All right, so let's start there. Just, is there a game this week that you look at and say, all right, this could be the one for those who are trying to figure out what their Survivor pick this week could be?
Some might be looking to tonight because this is going to be your biggest favorite, obviously, with Buffalo over Miami. I'm not playing it. I want to save Buffalo for later in the season, famous last words. But if you use them, it's not the end of the world. The one that's going to be very interesting this week is going to be Seattle hosting New Orleans. Seattle's like an 8-point favorite. We just watched them beat the Steelers. New Orleans is 0-2 and widely regarded by many as one of, if not the worst teams in the league. So that's the one. You're going to put all your faith in Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks to get you to advance to the next round. So I would look at that one. That's where I'm eyeing up right now. I think another one people like, and this is the one I'd be very careful with. And again, I know I'm talking in New York, so there might be people driving around thinking this is insane. But for the people who want to play the Bucs over the Jets, take it easy. I can tell you the pros are lining up to play the Jets here. It's not like it's overwhelming, but Tampa Bay's on the – Bart can tell you all about this. Tampa Bay's on the short week. That was a really physical game Monday night against Houston. Tampa's got a lot of offensive line injuries. Here comes a Jets team that, as bad as they've looked, Tyrod Taylor can actually throw the football, which is saying a lot more than the current starting quarterback who can't throw the ball at all. Right. So, it's not going to surprise me. I'm definitely playing the Jets plus the points. That's going to be a Survivor pick where I'd be cautious because Tampa's been very fortunate through 2 games.
You know who's going to be my Survivor pick? And listen, I'm stepping out there. I'm making it tough. I'm going to say the Baltimore Ravens. How about that one? How about stepping out there on the limb, baby? We don't lose to the NFC, especially not at night when we wear the Michael Myers all black.
Why don't you just lay the 4.5 and save the Ravens for when they play the Browns again or something? Why don't you save the Ravens?
Yeah, you're right. That's why you're such a pro.
That's what I'm saying. like the way you lay that out, I completely agree. Like that game opened 6.5 and got bet down to 4.5. I think the Ravens put it on them. People are looking at Detroit and they're saying, Detroit got right. It just turns out the Packers were so good. Detroit had a bad game, but now they're right. They're not right. Yeah. That Bears defense stinks. Like Jared Goff and the Lions are going to come out. And I understand Bart Scott Sr. I'm not, no disrespect. No, he's a big Lions guy. But this is a very tough spot here for Jared Goff outdoors.
He know what time it is, too. You know what I'm saying? My sister's going to the game. She's coming from Baltimore to go see the game. She going to cry in the car.
It's a true family affair.
Joe Fortenbaugh is with us, ESPN Bet Live. Tonight, the 11.5 points. I said this last week. I would absolutely fade the Dolphins as much as I could, but it's a big number. So where are you on the comfort level there?
Huge number. One thing, and we talked about this last week, one thing I always want to look at on Thursday night, the coaching records. How do coaches perform on Thursday nights? Because it's a short turnaround. Mike McDaniels never won on Thursday night. He's 0-3 straight up. He's 0-3
Damn, I thought he was a genius.
He's supposed to be a genius. That's what we've all been told. We've been lied to. It's been lies. So he can't handle Thursday night. Sean McDermott, I don't have it in front of me, but he's actually quite good on Thursday night. I think he's like 7-1 straight up, 5-3 against the spread. The thing is, Carlin, you hit it. It's like such a huge number, and the Bills are going to be down Matt Milano at linebacker and Ed Oliver on the defensive line. Like, that hurts. If you're going to generate pressure and get after Tua, which you still should be able to do with the crowd noise, you're taking two really good defenders out of the mix. So I got a bet for you. Something we can lean into here, a little plus money candy for the people. Will the Bills score a touchdown on the opening drive? It's plus 130, right? Plus 130, $100 pays 130, or if you're Bart, you want to bet 100K, it pays $130,000.
Who am I, Floyd Mayweather now?
Here's what it comes down to, right? Buffalo scored a touchdown on the first possession in both games we've seen so far this year. Baltimore and then last week against the Jets. They made it look very easy. On the script with Josh Allen, they've been very good. Now at home, they're facing this Dolphin team who last week let the Patriots go right down the field and score a touchdown. And then in week 1, they let the Colts go right down the field, but the drive stalled at the 6 and they kicked the field goal. So they haven't given up a touchdown on both opening drives, but if you're going to offer me plus 130 for Buffalo to score a touchdown on their opening drive, your boy's going to take it.
All right, college. Last week, absolutely drilled it right down the middle, 60-yarder, no problem on the South Florida-Miami game. It was absolutely perfect. Now, that would lead me to believe that this week, Florida in Miami, only a 7.5-point spread. Why wouldn't I take the Hurricanes again? Or is my thinking flawed, as you often tell me it is?
We'll get to that in a minute. What's going to happen with Rutgers? How about a little information? How about a little back and forth here? This is an unpaid radio hit.
So
let's all open up.
Yes, if I didn't make that clear, by the way, Joe is not being paid for this segment, his weekly segment that he spends 15 minutes. Joe really does not have, well, he's got nothing but time. And he really enjoys spending time when he doesn't have to do it, doing something he doesn't really love all that much. But at any rate, I don't have a great feel for the game this week because Iowa.
No, I'm kidding.
I know, but I will. I'll give you this though. I'll give you this. I don't have a great feel because Iowa is always this same team, and it's not the offense thing. It's the fact that defensively they're always going to stop the run. They're always going to put pressure on the quarterback, and they're going to run the ball, but they're going to bore the death out of you sometimes.
He told you without telling you. That's all we need to know. We speak fluent Carlin.
That's the smart. Like, there's some people we deal with on the sports betting show who come on and they're like, I don't want to make picks. And it's like, all right, beat it. We don't need you on the show. Then there's other people who are like, they're like, hey, I can't make picks, but if you tee me up, I'll kind of guide you there. And it's like, you are welcome anytime you like. Come on by. If we can't listen, that's on us. So, all right, back to the original question.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about whatsoever.
It's just your brain going.
Exactly.
Okay, so I lean to Florida this week. I think your instincts are correct with the way you're laying that out. Florida has an excellent defense. The thing is, it gets overshadowed by the fact that this team cannot stop shooting itself in the foot on offense at every single turn. So that's the roller coaster that is betting on the Gators and DJ Lagway here. Can the offense not screw it up like they did last week against LSU? Because they were abysmal and they still had a chance to backdoor it late. So I'm taking the Gators plus the 7.5. It's a slightly smaller wager. We're not going crazy there. I think if you look out at the big one between Utah and Texas Tech, I know everyone in New York City very big on the Big 12, so Joe Fortenbaugh is going to deliver for you. The total's been coming down in that game. That should be a great football game. Both teams are undefeated. Texas Tech spent a ton of money on the roster this offseason. Total dropped from 61 to about 57.5. I play the under. When you travel to Utah to face Kyle Whittingham, offensively, it doesn't go that easy for you. I think that game's more of a grind. I would lay it with Indiana over Illinois. I think Illinois is a nice team, but I think they've been very lucky. I think Indiana is a very good team and that they cover the 6 points. Kansas is playing West Virginia. This is your letdown spot of the week. West Virginia has the big-time victory over Pitt in the backyard brawl last weekend. Now they're going to come out flat against the Kansas team that should put it on them. That got steamed up from 11.5 to 13.5, so we'll lay the big number there. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's one other college-ranked game out there that I'm not remembering.
Is it? I'll run through a couple. Oklahoma-Auburn?
Oklahoma. It's Oklahoma, yeah.
Yeah.
We're laying it with Oklahoma. Like, Oklahoma, now all of a sudden we're recognizing the offense. because they went out this offseason. They went to Washington State. They took their offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle, and their quarterback, John Mateer. And Mateer right now is your Heisman Trophy favorite. If you listen to your boy 3 weeks ago, I was telling you to play him 35-1. Now he's plus 850. So, like, they're focusing on the offense. What they forget, Venables still has an incredible defense. Auburn's good, but I think you're going to go on the road and have a lot of problems here in Norman. Jackson-Arnold revenge game because he used to quarterback at Oklahoma. I think they put it on him, so I'd lay it with Oklahoma there.
A lot of people don't realize this, Joe. Also a huge Carlin's Corner table guy, and he's a nuance guy. And each week, it's not necessarily about whatever the review is. It's I will get a text on Friday afternoon that says, by the way, underrated moment, Carlin taking a swig of water in the middle of shoveling pizza in his face. As if to say, yes, my beverage choice is healthy.
Yeah, we expect it to be watermelon juice to kind of cleanse your palate, plus sugar.
I mean, I watch these videos, and I know that you put a lot of time and an effort into the editing. So, like, I pay very close attention to the production value, and I think you've done a really, really great job. I've told you repeatedly how much I love these things, the timing, the pace, the content, the humor. But the fact that all this editing took place and you decided to splice in a clip of you taking a sip of water as if that really just drove home the overall experience of the meal. And it's not even like it was sparkling water. It was just a cheap plastic bottle of water.
Lukewarm water from the restaurant.
Right.
Yeah. And
it's
now,
probably like a half-filled bottle that had been sitting in his car for 2 weeks.
And now you will get that every week.
I tell you what, why he not hooking a brother up? I mean, he's doing these tables. He know I see you on Friday. He can get it on Thursday, give it to me. I can bring it over to you. So all these nice places he's showing, he can share some of the love. Like, what's the Salt Hanks? He could have brought you you could easily reheat up a French dip sandwich.
So I'm going to see you tomorrow morning in New York, and when we see each other, I don't even want to say hello. I just want you to hand me a bottle of water, and we'll be good.
Absolutely.
Joseph, we'll talk next week.
Love you, fellas. Thanks for having me on. And again, unpaid. This is out of the kindness in my heart. Yes. Joe Fortenbaugh is a man of the people.
Not a penny.
Yeah.
Zero.
I hope your lips not naked next week, too.
That's Joe Fortenbaugh. He's the best. I love him to death. Just every week, I can count on some text from him about the Carlin's Corner table, about the most obscure thing from it. I can't believe you taking a swig of water didn't hit the editing room floor.
Right. That made the cut?
It's noon, high noon, next.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, your EV countdown to $7,500 in savings ends September 30th. Hurry in, the clock is ticking. You can get a Prologue Touring for $179 per month with zero down during the EV Countdown sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 36 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 3,300 loyalty or conquest, and $7,500 EV credit as down payment.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
Put it in the book. This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Things today can seem kind of unpredictable. Who knows what's around the corner, right? Well, at Total Wireless, we want to give you something to be sure about. With us, you save 50% off Metro and Cricket when you switch with one line. Guaranteed. And you get to keep the phone and number you love. Visit our Total Wireless store today. 50% savings for unlimited plans versus comparable Total Wireless unlimited phone plans based on standard plan rates. Some customers may only receive the guaranteed savings after contacting us and validating the current plan rate. Excludes promotional, discounted, and bring your phone rates. For Total 5G unlimited plan or higher, auto pay required. Applied on next renewal date. Additional terms apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS for Kids. Donate your...
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with PrizePicks, where it's good to be right.
Download the PrizePicks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Out here, it's football season, where nothing beats backyard grilling, gathering around the fire pit, and cheering on your favorite team with friends. The yard is mowed, the lights are strung, and the grill is warming up. Whether you need to fill up your propane, get a new grill, or even a generator, out here, it's game day. And we're ready for it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
John's already hitting us with dates for the Beach Bash for next year. I just talked about how Bart can't live 20 minutes in advance of now. Hey, how are we looking next July? And we're like, fine, July 3rd, Beach Bash, that's possible. Could we do that? And I'm not saying that's happening right now, by the way. It's just a suggestion. And the first thing I got was, well, okay, we got no problem with it. And then pretty much everybody else is going to complain about it. So.
Right, so we don't have to.
Exactly. We could just say, we were fine with it. We were good. Just knowing full well that Peter will have a conniption about it later. How can I be expected to be here on July 3rd?
My puppy's pregnant.
It's Bart and Carlin on 880 ESPN and on the ESPN New York app. It is noon o'clock as in 12:03. So what does that mean?
It's the power hour.
If you are not listening on the app, did you know that you could watch on the app? You should do that as well. You can watch on ESPN New York's YouTube page, and you can get to it quite simply by opening up the ESPN New York app and clicking on it. We will get some of the comments from the comments section into the show as we have throughout the day today. So by all means, fire away on that front. But right now it's Thursday, and it's noon. So that means one thing.
It's high noon.
Top-notch production.
Man, Clint Eastwood. Just some Clint Eastwood right here, baby.
My name is Sam Chisholm. I'm a duly sworn warrant officer of the Circuit Court in Wichita, Kansas.
Let's go, Chisholm. Chisholm balling out a little bit for the Yankees. He would probably be top 5 most important Yankees this year.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Round 1, fight! Who will start more games for the Jets this season? Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor?
The rest of the way. Bart, what say you?
Damn, that's disrespectful, man. Like, he was brought in to be the champ. I don't think that Tyrod Taylor understands who he is. Remember Tyrod Taylor, great in spurts, but he's a guy that can be injured and, not always reliable, but he's a true professional. I think he'll come in. I just hope this is the last time, that we have to say, hey, we need you to step in, because we don't want Justin Fields to keep struggling. And I know this one's from an injury, but even if it wasn't from an injury, we would still be having conversations about, hey, maybe we should give Tyrod Taylor a shot. This way it's organic. It's coming from a concussion. Maybe he can get her done for 2 weeks and then let him come back for Dallas. You have an opportunity on Monday Night Football. Ooh, if I'm Tyrod, if you win 2 in a row, you coming off the stage for Monday Night Football?
So yes or no, Tyrod, or is it Justin to start more games the rest of the way?
It's definitely Justin. Justin's going to come up, but it's great because he's going to learn something from watching a professional like Tyrod Taylor go to work.
See, I think it's Tyrod.
Damn.
And the only reason I say it is not because of the injuries or anything like that. Tyrod, if they go out and beat the Bucs this week, Joe Fortenbaugh just detailed for you, as Bart has been talking about all of the injuries that the Bucs have on a shorter week, that this might be the time to catch them. And then you've got the Dolphins after that. If you have Tyrod Taylor come out and win the next 2 games, which I think is very possible, I don't know how you put Fields back in. And the only thing later in the year, I honestly believe that Aaron Glenn is going to come to a point where we've already seen him in the first 2 weeks act a little bit cranky about being where they are. And I understand that. When they start winning games, it gets addicting, and it gets hard to get back to the other guy. I actually think Tyrod Taylor could, and will start more games the rest of the year.
They ain't going to let Tyrod cook.
All right?
Round 2. Fight. If the Giants beat the Chiefs, will it have more to do with the Giants or more to do with the Chiefs?
In other words, are the Chiefs sliding, or are the Giants actually a little bit better than maybe we thought 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, if the Chiefs is the Chiefs, then it could be different like that. But I think if they win, maybe it's a little bit more to do about the Chiefs. I can't even front. I couldn't even make that up. I tried, but it's more about the Chiefs, and maybe the champions are finally starting to show some wrinkles. I mean, we've seen this before. We've seen the Eagles win a championship and then not make the playoffs. We've seen Super Bowl teams lose the Super Bowl, not even make the playoffs the next year. Now, the Chiefs have been a model of consistency. I don't think Patrick Mahomes ever played a season where, after his first one, where he wasn't in the AFC Championship game. They've been a model of consistency. They've been a mini dynasty. If the Chiefs lose, then it should signify that maybe the other Hall of Fame coaches in that conference has closed the gap, and that the roster has caught up, and that age and Father Time, who's always undefeated, has finally hit the Chiefs.
Teams that go 0-3, only 4 out of 165 ever have made it to the playoffs. Only 2 out of 165 ever have won a division, and nobody has ever won the Super Bowl. So this is obviously a very important game for both of these teams. Now, the Giants are not winning the Super Bowl. The Giants are probably not making the playoffs. But what this game would tell you is a little bit more about the Giants, because Andrew Thomas, it sounds like, is going to be back. And that, to me, will end up being a difference maker. I absolutely can understand the argument that if the Chiefs lose to the Giants, the slide is beginning. And I think the slide could be beginning. But if I see back-to-back performances where they put up 40 points one week, and then the next week, and they lose a tough one last week, and then the next week, they bounce back and they beat a Chiefs team in prime time on Sunday night, that will actually tell me a little bit more about the Giants. All right.
Round 3. Fight. Whose Q rating will rise more on YouTube? Bart Scott or Chris Carlin?
Well, in case you didn't know, the show's now available on YouTube. You can watch it live like so many are right now, although we got to get our numbers up to match those of the afternoon, like of the afternoon and the morning show. Like I can't stand there and be beaten by Dave Rothenberg and Rick DiPietro.
Yeah, we're definitely competing against each other. I mean, come on, man. I mean,
seriously.
Do I need to start, visiting people? You know what I'm saying? I need to start following people. What's our email list? We got an email list, Boombaka?
We don't have an email list.
Damn.
Come on. We got a YouTube page with ESPN New York, and I would advise that you go there and subscribe. Whose Q rating will be affected more by being on YouTube? What say you?
I think, listen, everybody loves the lovable Chunky. You know what I mean? It's just so cute and cuddly. You know what I'm saying? I think people going to see Baby Buddha. They're like, man, we need to see more of what he does. I mean, they're going to follow your Carla's Corner, all the things that you do. I think everybody's going to be gravitating to you like a light, like a bug to the light. Bzz.
Yeah.
Right before you zap their ass.
I'd like to agree with you, but I can't. You know why? You're an attractive man. You're handsome, and there's no getting around it. And we've already had people checking in on the chat asking for more, Bart. They basically have said, open up the shirt a little bit more. Let's get some more taco meat. Quite literally, that was asked for earlier. And, Bart's got a shirt on where It could be a Baby Gap shirt. Could be. I think Bart's Q rating goes up even more and more. And listen, he's spent more than enough time on television. You already know that. I was on TV for 8 years, and there doesn't seem to have been a clamoring for me to be back on it. So I would say that Bart's Q rating will absolutely improve by the YouTube show.
You're the next Drew Carey, man.
Do I want to be the next Drew Carey?
Yes, you want that little-ass mic in the big-ass pocket.
I do want to be the next, in terms of hosting a game show. Absolutely. I think personally, by the way, I think I won that. We don't even need to score it. Anyway.
That's cool. It was 2-0 anyway.
Here's the thing. I did do something like that. So first of all, we did Beer Money on SNY back in the day.
Right.
And then also did the Mets Trivia Show, Beat the Booth, with Gary Cohen and Howie Rose, where they would have to go up against fans. And I hosted that for a couple of years. And I made them give me one of those thin stick mics.
Yeah, man. That's old school right there, baby.
Bart, it didn't even work. I just had to have it.
It was an homage. You know what I'm saying? It
Exactly.
just feels good. You feel powerful.
Exactly.
Now, I just hope that you're not going to be like the dude that used to be on the Running Man. They used to tongue kiss everybody.
Richard Dawson.
Like, bro, this dude just tongue kissing everybody, bro.
That was back in the Family Feud back in the
It's
day.
like kissing, like, mwah, and then like, mwah. Like, it was mandatory.
Yeah, it was creepy. That was like in the 70s.
Like,
Bart, you know what they say, Bart? Oh, it was a different time.
Yeah, he in the back giving Quaaludes.
Please.
Just another Quaalude. Just let me in the morning.
You know there was some sketchy stuff going on there.
Man. Drink some of this tea before you go on. Like, what? The hell?
Great. Fantastic. No, I don't think that was happening, but Richard
Well,
Dawson.
he's no longer with us. Come on, man. Could you imagine if he would have did how many sexual harassment charges would have been if he tongue kissing everybody? Like, he put his tongue in it.
It never would have happened now. It never would have happened.
I mean, I wish I could have lived in the 70s, man. My dad said all you needed was a penicillin shot. Could live free.
Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN, and on the ESPN New York app, as well as on YouTube. Here's what the great thing is there. For those who don't know, just a little behind the scenes here. That's what we call a crutch for me. That's a crutch. So that every time Bart might be saying something that would get us in trouble, I could just say that, and it's a natural transition to the next thing. So I lead on it like a crutch. Just say who you are and what you're listening to, and you move on from there. Listen, I do want to remind people that coming up in just about 10, 15 minutes from now, Mets pregame will be beginning on 880 ESPN. We will be here until 1 o'clock on the ESPN New York app and on YouTube. You should be watching there if you are not already. We have spent a lot of time today on the football. We have not spent much time on the baseball.
Disappointing, man. Like, if they can't hold this off, this might be one of the biggest collapses in the history of New York sports.
It is up there. Buster actually said that
it's ridiculous.
Earlier in the week. If you can find the Buster Olney clip about the Mets if they don't make the postseason, there were two of them. Number one, what happens if they don't make the postseason? And number two, is this like the greatest collapse of all time? Because it very well may be. And last night, David Peterson just gets bombed again. Just absolutely bombed again.
This has been after being an all-star.
He's been bad. I think it's his last 7 starts now where his ERA is around 6 or 7. And when they have a night like last night, it's okay to have those every once in a while. It's just you start getting a couple in a row, and it's a couple of wins in a row, and then that sets you back. And now today, all of a sudden, you have Jonah Tong on the mound, and the young guys have been great, but Tong, the last time he pitched, got absolutely hammered. Absolutely hammered by Texas.
You talk about pressure. Like, we barely holding on. We need you to come in and.
What is your confidence level right now that they're going to hold on and make the playoffs? Right now, it's a 1.5 game lead in the wild card.
But the problem is the tiebreaker. They lose.
That's the thing. For those who did not know, just want to make this clear. That whole game 163 thing, that's gone. They don't do that anymore. It's all tiebreaker now. So it's head-to-head, and then it's intra-division record. In other words, what you were in your own division, and then it's interdivision record, what you were against the other divisions in the league. So there's a lot there. So you can have two teams literally tied for the final wild card spot, but they're not playing it out to see who makes the wild card. There's no game 163 there. For those who were not aware that is gone, that is gone. But I don't have what I would call great faith in it right now, and that's just wrong considering who the Mets are playing coming up. That they've got 2 series with Washington, that they've got the Marlins. This should not be a thing. And yet, the opponent does not matter to me anymore. All that matters to me is that they have to take care of their own business because they should be better than anybody they play the rest of the way. I just don't have a ton of faith that they're going to be.
Well, it's on.
Oh, okay.
It's not on. It was off. Oh, my face was turning. Yeah. And you can't blame it on Soto. Soto hit his 41st home run yesterday, tied his career best.
The other one, I mean, that
I understand
was literally
the bullet
inches.
he hit. Yeah, the bullet he hit, he could have been a hero. And everybody wants to say, well, look at all the big hits that he had last year for the Yankees. Well, the Yankees put him in position to have those opportunities, and he came through. You can't blame that on him. He's doing his job, and for him to, when you look at his numbers, and people are going to say like, well, they weren't impactful. He did his job, and everybody else has to do their job. It was the pitching that would carry them, and the pitching hasn't been able to carry them anymore. And if they don't make the postseason, somebody has to pay. Like, is it no consequences for that?
Again, teams that are 21 games over 500 in the modern wild card age.
That's a choke job.
And not making the playoffs? Yeah.
It's a choke job.
Well, here is Buster on this topic with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
So I do think they're going to get in, but I would say, they are flirting with arguably the greatest collapse in the history of baseball. And I had this conversation with David Cohn and Eduardo Perez over the weekend, and I said, does this sound like hyperbolic? Does it sound a little bit too much? I said, because here's the thing. Like, we are living in an era where 6 teams make the playoffs in each league. Typically, when people talk about the greatest collapse in history, they cite the 1964 Phillies. Well, at that time, there was 1 team that made it to the postseason from each league. There are 6 now. And the Mets are, coming off a year in which they made the National League Championship Series. And then they went out and spent $765 million on Juan Soto. And, they have all this veteran talent. They have a $340 million payroll. That's where we are.
And so when you throw all of that together, I don't think Buster's wrong. I don't think he's wrong whatsoever. So then it begs the question, if they actually didn't make the playoffs, what happened?
Steve Cohen, their owner, he's not George Steinbrenner. He's not someone who comes in and just starts firing people left and right. But, I talked to a lot of folks over the weekend about, what's to come, and they say he will ask hard questions. And they're going to be hard questions asked about the Mets' approach with starting pitching. Is this the best way to go, to try to pick and choose the right fit for your team, guys with a growth mindset like a Griffin Canning? Or is it time for them, if you're going to be the Mets and you have more money than anybody, to go out and spend big on a starting pitcher and go into the marketplace and get someone who can anchor your rotation? Because that's clearly what they've lacked this year.
I'm not going to be surprised if that does happen. If they don't make the postseason, they're not going to fire Stearns. Maybe Mendoza's in a little bit of trouble. But if Steve Cohen wants to ask the question, how come we're not investing more in starting pitching and treating it more importantly?
No.
It's a completely fair question.
And we don't care. We don't want to see no charts.
But this is the
thing.
No
analytics.
Yeah.
You tried the analytics and didn't work, so that's on you.
Yeah, like when they go
if I want to do analytics, why do I need to hire you if all I got to do is put it in the algorithm and use AI? I might as well let AI be my damn general manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, if you're doing what anybody can, if you punching in what anybody else can do, why do I need you?
I'll give Cohen credit, or not Cohen, but Stearns credit. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, that he came out and spoke and said, yeah, we're not going to be right all the time. And we haven't been right. And if I had it to do over again, knowing what I know, would I have made all of these trades at the deadline? No. I mean, I come in last night, I see Helsley come into the game, and I just assume the game is going to go up in flames. And it wasn't even him. I just assume that any opportunity they would have had, even though they're down 3 runs the time he comes in, that the game's going to disappear for good. It's going to be put out of range for good. I can't I can't be in that kind of feeling when you're at this juncture of the year. And I've seen this too much. Like the whole 7 games up with 17 to play in 2008. You know, other teams loving to stick it to the Mets, especially these teams like the Nationals and the Marlins. You watch how much they will enjoy sticking it to the Mets if they're beating them in the next week. And that
they live for this.
You get one little piece of energy from it, and then they start feeding off it even more. I did think Gelbs had a very good point last night, and I thought this was interesting. So Edgardo Alfonso was around last night, and then also who else was around? It was somebody from the 2007-2008 team that collapsed. Forget who he was talking about. And when they're talking about collapses and not getting home in the postseason, he said it's something that you have to talk about. And in 2007, we weren't talking about it enough. As a team, they just kind of let it be and just assumed they would kind of hit their way out of it. But it's like, no, you have to have an open discussion about what's going on.
No, there's no way. Because what happens is you be like, it's denial. It's the first step, right? I don't know. We all right. Then it's like, before you recognize it's a problem, you press the panic button. It's too damn late. You can't stop the momentum.
Well, when you're in that kind of can you be in that kind of a slump as a football team?
Yeah.
I mean, have you been on a team you've been on the Jets, so I understand.
No. It wasn't with
Baltimore.
the Jets. It was with the Ravens.
Where you were in a slump.
I had no idea. We couldn't stop it. We were 4-1 and then lost the next 9 games.
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
Did you ever sit there and talk about it?
Yes. Man, there's no way we're going to keep losing. It just lost after loss, injury. It just tailspin.
Did you feel like if they had talked about it more as opposed to just saying we can't keep losing, that it would have made a difference? I don't know. Like when you get in that mindset, it's got to be impossible to dig your way out. Like we were talking about The Natural the other day, and they have those scenes in it where they're all going to like group therapy. Losing is a disease, as contagious as the bubonic plague.
It's hard when you in it because you like stuck in the matrix, man. Like you like, oh no, there's no way we ain't that bad. And it's just like, oh, we ain't gonna lose to this team. And you're like, man, I can't believe we lost to these bumps. Like I think during that, one of them was a loss to Cleveland, like Charlie Fry, some stuff like what the hell is wrong with us?
Whoa, Charlie Fry.
We used to call him White Vic. Michael Slick.
Charlie Fry.
Remember, he would run around all day.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I missed him 3 times on the sack. He came back to me like, oh, thank you. Like this dummy, he's just running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
It's Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN, and on the ESPN New York app, the Ryder Cup is in New York. Midtown Manhattan will become golf's biggest stage. Ryder Cup Live at Rockefeller Center transforms the heart of New York City into an epic fan zone during every round. Fans can also see The Michael Kay Show, broadcast live on Thursday, September 25th from 1 to 3 p.m. Don't miss The Michael Kay Show at Ryder Cup Live in Rockefeller Center. It is brought to you by Michelob Ultra. No matter what you're playing for, make it superior. With Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, a superior taste worth playing for. Official beer sponsor of the Ryder Cup.
Well, to hit a home run, everything's got to line up perfectly, just like when you find the person you want to marry. When it's time to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. From their beautiful 2 by London collection to custom designs for any budget, they make finding the perfect ring easy. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations and tell them I sent you for the Michael Kay treatment. London Jewelers, getting it just right.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Shop great new offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $239 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. They will take any trade-in and accept all lease returns, even if you didn't lease with them. Plus, enjoy Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance, all included. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Schweppes, the iconic ginger ale of New York, is proud to sponsor the PGA of America. Schweppes has a deep lineup of ginger flavors, including raspberry, white peach, dry grape, and also available in zero sugar. With every sip of Schweppes, the dedication to quality, excellence, and the art of tastefulness will leave you feeling simply refreshed. It's a hole-in-one for all your drinking occasions. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your summer. Swing by your local ShopRite and grab some Schweppes.
All you gotta do is put
Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Brooklyn. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour with special guest L. King. Barclays Center, Saturday, September 20th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour. Live at Barclays Center, Saturday, September 20th. Get tickets now. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600-plus miles of range. Is it the driver behind the wheel? What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. That's 562-314-4603.
You're listening to 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
I take a glimpse into time, watch the blimp read, the world is mine.
If I rule, I free all my sons. Like diamonds and pearls.
I'm having more and more trouble with the Ryan Clark logo. I'm looking up. He's got a red suit on today. It's a good-looking suit with a white shirt. Looks really good. It's something. It looks like something you would wear, but
double-breasted. Yeah.
But the whole RC logo, I don't know, man.
I forgot who that was that always used to have like monograms on their shirts. I'm like, bro, that's.
What was that?
Hey, man, that's a sponsor. Okay. RW Health. Cheese on the taco. Yeah.
Who? who wears a logo? I mean, I get it. You want to be a trendsetter.
Maybe he's
in a reinventing of yourself.
A logo with suits. I can see on your T-shirt, you're working out, you know what I'm saying, or something like that.
Did you ever have a logo? A Bart Scott logo?
I had a Mad Backer logo.
Well, okay. But you wouldn't wear that on a suit.
No, that was like for workout shirts and stuff like that.
I'd wear that like across the back of a suit, like Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Look like the Affliction T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? All the little Jersey meatheads was wearing.
I love Ryan. He does a great job, but boy, the logo thing, man, I don't know. I don't. Who am I to be setting style? But
taking Brandon to a whole nother level.
It's Bart and Carlin on 880 ESPN and on the ESPN New York app. We have spent some time this week talking about the Jets' defense, and we'll get into it more here in 30 seconds, what the bigger problems are. ESPN New York is now live like never before because we are streaming on YouTube your favorite shows, DiPietro and Rothenberg, Bart and Carlin, The Michael Kay Show, Don Hahn and Rosenberg, now with live video. You can go there. You can interact. You can react. You can be a part of the conversation live on YouTube. Subscribe now at ESPN New York on YouTube and never missing a moment. Fans are checking in here on YouTube. There's Charlie Fry being the White Vic is amazing, Bart.
Yo, that's what that literally was our nickname for him. I mean, I'm just quoting the realest stuff ever said.
Trying to catch one or two of the other comments here. Not getting much done with you two guys on the radio today and on YouTube today.
Well, thank you very much.
That's nice of you to say.
Thank you very much.
That's nice of you to say. Anyway, the Jet defense.
I
keep coming back to something that you said yesterday, and Rick and Dave were talking about it a little bit today too. This notion that I have always really struggled with when it comes to coaches about trying to fit players into your system as opposed to trying to fit your system around the players that you have.
Correct.
When you take a new job, you are not going to have all of the players to fit your system right away. And I'm not talking even specifically about Glenn. I'm talking about the DC here as well. When you are seeing what's going on right now and watching the Jets being as bad as they are defensively and missing assignments and such, is it more about that, or is it more about needing to simplify the system so that they understand it better, or are they just simply not utilizing personnel the right way? Because in any case, I have an issue with it, but I feel like one or two of those, including not adapting yourself to what you have, that's really problematic.
But here's where I'll give the coach just a little bit of relief. A lot of guys look great in preseason, and they look great in practice and doing all the things that you ask them to do. Then when they get in a game against somebody else that they don't know and they have to perform under pressure, they crumble. It's some guys, man, they practice like crap. Like, oh, man, I don't know, we should bench this dude. And when game time come, this dude wake up and just be balling. Like, yo. And then there's some dudes that do everything right during practice, make all the picks. Then you run in the game like, bro, you picked that off 2 times today in practice. How the hell that kid Joe girl? Guys be freezing up, man. Clamp up.
But why? Why are they clamping up? Because it matters now? Because
the other guy is better than the guy you practicing with in practice.
In the preseason in practice.
Yeah, and not this guy. Like, yeah, it's just a regular press out you always get, but this guy bigger, stronger, faster, he's more talented than you, and you can't perform. Like, you can, that's why we used to call them gamers.
In some way, though, like, I want to give it more credit than what's going on with the Giants, because the Giants' defense has been so bad through the first 2 games, but they've had the same coordinator. They've had the same guy for 2 years now.
So that's the why doesn't the personnel and why doesn't the scheme match up with what you have? Why can't they be dominant?
So you feel like that's more of the case with the Giants right now?
Yeah, it has to
be. They're not adapting enough.
Because we know the talent is there. They knew what Banks was and what he wasn't. They brought in Javon Holland, who was supposed to be like their Antrell Rowe, their air traffic controller, their guy that's coming down making big plays. And I have to be fair, I haven't really broken down Javon Hollins and seen where he fits. I tell you what, I like this Phillips kid. He pops off the screen. He plays with a lot of emotion.
He does play well.
He makes a lot of plays.
Drew Phillips, good player.
He makes some mistakes, but that's the type of passion and enthusiasm I like to see my teammates play with. I just don't know, like, why are you giving up 40 points?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's hard to do, man.
Why you look at Pittsburgh, why are the Jets giving up 34 to Pittsburgh the week before? This is what I'm not understanding.
See, that was a couple of those just stupid balls. Like getting illegally picked or, you know what I mean, stupid stuff. But it just seemed like Dallas was just moving the ball down the field. Aaron Rodgers got them with just being some smart stuff.
Right, but there's also the fact that they've gotten run over in the run game, too.
Yes.
Both of them have, and that's the one that's really more bothersome to me.
Yeah, because
when
you
you're
got
giving up
Harrison
200
Phillips.
yards rushing, that's a problem.
Because that's an ass kicking. Like somebody can trick me and out scheme me, but man, when somebody just running down my throat and it ain't nothing you can do about it, that's the most helpless feeling in the world. Like when a guy like, man, we running, or especially like the 4-minute offense, when you know you gotta go to the field, they just keep pushing you back. You like, yo, and you coming up and you trying. That's the most defeating thing that you can ever have happen to you. Is somebody's in a 4-minute offense, you got to go out the field. You got everybody up there. You ain't even playing the pass, and they still run the ball down your throat.
But you see some of these holes, and it's hard to believe that there's not some role of not understanding where you're supposed to be in that.
See, but that's the thing. It's a new system for the Jets. So it's certain things like on the Cook's call, touchdown, I want to say that they were in what we used to call a bear fire zone. Everybody knows it's like the old Pittsburgh Steelers where the two inside linebackers cross in the blitz, right? They pick it. I want to say that the first linebacker should have probably read out, and he got stuck and buried himself in the hole. And then when Cook cut it back, the tackle came down and just washed like Quincy Williams down, and all he was able to put an arm up. But they eliminated himself. They caught him in a blitz. Like, you got to know when to read out of the blitz. Every blitz we have, it has automatic readouts. Like, if you're doing an inside blitz and they toss the ball, that's just dumb, right? If you see somebody pitch the ball and you run in an A-gap blitz, it would be dumb to bury yourself in the A-gap, right? You just eliminate yourself out the play. So certain things that you're supposed to read out. But I don't know how often and how well the Jets understand some of the nuance and the principles in the new scheme that they're in.
And that's –
we saw that last year with the Ravens. Remember, everybody was saying Zach Orr is a bust.
Yeah.
And then the last 10 games of the season, they had the best, highest-rated defense in the league.
Okay, so we have seen this before with different teams, and that is important to remember. And that's why I'm really concerned's not the word. It's just, when does this get fixed? How quickly does it get fixed? Is there just an aha moment for the group? Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, there were classes in college that I just could not stand. I could not stand them. I busted my ass in mostly in math.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
You know, but I do remember in one class taking an exam, and I had an aha moment of what this was all of a sudden. Is there an aha moment in how they are teaching it? How do you find that, if there is? Or is it just simply repetition and understanding what you're trying to do finally? Because
it's muscle memory, it's scheme fits, it's being in certain situations with certain teammates and working with each other.
Like what J-Mac was talking about earlier when I asked him about Fields, having nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
When you just figure out this is just what a guy is, that's not what this looks like. That's not what this feels like.
Yeah, it's scheme and personnel is not matching, and they're trying to figure out the nuance and how to play with each other, because it's a lot of communication that has to happen. And if one guy doesn't know how to communicate or isn't comfortable with the competition or the communication, it's like somebody can have a cut split, like, yo, limbo with me. He's like, nah, man, I got mine. Like, whoa. Like, when it's hard for me, you don't want to work with each other. But when it's hard for you, you all about making yourself look good and not putting yourself in a situation where you can look bad. But you want me to put myself in a situation where I look bad. All right, when your guy is up on the line of scrimmage and you can potentially get picked, I ain't gonna work with your ass then. How about that? So you get that type of stuff too. I used to hate that, man. Like, because if you talk and communicate, you can defend anything. And that's how, like, us with Baltimore, like, I remember one time Ed Reeves, like, he was supposed to be the middle post safety. And he told me in the middle of the play, he said, Bart, take the post. Now, we ain't never did this ever in our life. He wanted to take the blitz. He took the blitz. I took the post. No harm, no foul. We made a big play. And when we got in there, coach was like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, coach, don't worry about it. Only thing you got to worry about is we had a post and we had a blitzer. Don't matter where it came from. It's something that Ed felt, he saw, and he knew that I was capable of doing his job, and I knew he was capable of doing mine. And if he's the great player, he's the leader on the team, he wants me to do something, who am I to sit there and argue with this man? Like, why? So we argue and then they hike the ball, then none of us is doing our job? It's all good, coach. We got it. That's what the tools in the toolbox are for. Like, hey, man, linebackers, safeties, don't limbo with linebackers. Nah, dog. I trust my teammate.
All right, what the hell does limbo mean?
Oh, my way, your way.
Again, what does that mean?
Okay. that mean if me and you got, say I got Ray, and you got Boombaka.
Yeah.
But you see how Boombaka's up front?
Yep.
Now, what if Boombaka just runs straight up the field and then, or straight at me, and then Ray cuts off his ass? You want me to just run through Boombaka to get my man, or potentially get picked and can't get there?
No, you want me to go around him and get him.
Yeah, I say you take him.
Yeah.
So my way, your way, limbo.
Okay.
So, all right, we'll just pass him. Like, and that's what we say. Oh, man, y'all so crazy. Oh, look at this. Y'all so fancy. Y'all crisscrossing. Okay, I'll take him and you take him. Okay, they crisscross. Now you take him and I'll take him.
See, Boombaka, you're not that fancy.
You guys are so confused. We used to do this thing when they used to do all this stuff. Me and Rex.
You're not that smart.
You used to say, oh, Rex used to have a saying like, oh, you so crazy. Like, oh, wow. Oh, man, like y'all got the Da Vinci Code. Like, oh, that's so confusing, dummies.
I'm smart!
Exactly.
It's Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN. We've got a few more minutes until the top of the hour. Right now, we're not on 880 ESPN. We're on the ESPN New York app. We are also on YouTube.
We're on the Tubity Tube, baby. We got a channel.
By all the means, join us over there. And on the phones at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Shane Bowen just spoke at the Giants facility. Was there anything interesting? We'll find out next on Bart and Carlin, 880 ESPN. Get your calls in before the end of the show. But first, Bart is going to tell you all about
we back,
baby.
We back like we never left, baby. Samwell, I appreciate you, baby. Friends, go see Dr. Jay Shaw. He's a double board certified Ivy League trained pain specialist. Don't let your neck, back, sciatica, or nerve pain slow you down at work or from the things you love. It's time for you to reclaim your active lifestyle. You say, Bart, how do I do that? I'll tell you exactly how. Call my friend Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw treats joint, neck, back, sciatica, and nerve pain. Dr. Shaw is also a migraine and headache specialist. Procedures involve no cuts, no scars, no incisions, or downtime. Call Dr. Jay Shaw and take a non-surgical approach with precise image-guided procedures without any pain medication. Enjoy your pain-free life. Same day or next day appointments are available. Go to SandwellPain.com to book online. Put an end to your pain and suffering today. Why wait any longer? Make your appointment with Dr. Jay Shaw by going to SandwellPain.com now. Regain your active lifestyle and enjoy all your favorite activities pain-free. Sandwell Pain now has 3 convenient locations.
Acceleration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
Oh, what are you doing? Don't do New York City dirty.
New York City's my heart, my soul. I would never do this place dirty because everything I want is in this city.
Why would you want to dirty somewhere that you live?
This is your home. You don't throw papers out the window, flick cigarette butts.
It's disrespectful. Dispose of it the correct way.
I would never put trash on the ground. That's why we got trash cans. Don't do New York City dirty. Trash your trash.
A message from the Sanitation Foundation.
One by one, we keep this city clean, man. Let's get it.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select for $249 for 24 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S1225248. MSRP $40,000. Zero security deposit. Ends 9/30/25.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
Whoa!
Jason Kelsey just found out that NFL Sunday Ticket now lets you subscribe month to month.
Yeah!
He just realized you can join and cancel anytime.
Ha-ha! Now that's what I'm talking about.
Now he just found $1 in the sofa.
Yeah!
And he just saw a great parking spot open up. Look, just because Jason's easily excited doesn't make NFL Sunday Ticket month to month any less great. Right, Jason?
Yeah.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel anytime. Woo! Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season. Cancel anytime. Terms and embargoes apply. No refunds. Commercial use excluded.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is coming, and things are heating up.
We genuinely really get along with each other.
I don't even think Peter watches sports. You could make the argument that Rick doesn't get enough credit for being a low-key fraud. Carlin's going to be at this Couchcast, too, so we got to make sure we have a lot of cannolis.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is Monday night, September 29th. See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
Sweat the technique.
Don't sweat the technique.
My friends, it's game time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's telly time. 1:10, 20 minutes from now, Mets host the Padres at Citi Field. Our pregame coverage has already begun on 880 ESPN. Also, 7:15 tonight, Yankees are in Baltimore to play the Orioles. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. All right, Shane Bowen, the Giants defensive coordinator, was talking out at Giants camp just a little while ago, and he spoke about what happened with the defense at the end of regulation in Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, we knew kind of the distance, what it was going to be. Getting credit to him making a 64-yarder, but we knew that was his range. Just trying to defend the line as best we could. Wish we would have been tighter, a little bit tighter. Again, just like all these calls that don't work, second guess it, you probably wish you went a different direction. But tough situation to come down to that one play. I got to be better. Wish we would have been better, and hopefully we can move on and progress from it and learn from it and be better. But feel for the guys. They battled for 92 plays and then come down to that one play. Feel for them. But again, it's Thursday now. We got to move on and get ready for the Chiefs.
See, here's the thing. When you have a play like that after the neighbor's touchdown, everybody knows with 25 seconds left that they're worried about you getting into field goal range.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that the Cowboys have like the greatest kicker on the planet.
Legatron. And the thing is, You got to be better. I mean, if you're going to be a top-notch defense, you don't give up those opportunities. It should have been stuck and had to be a Hail Mary because it was out of his range.
There's no way that can happen. There's just no way that.
And
that
excuse,
can
what
happen.
is it? 25 seconds?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
25
It's
seconds.
almost as embarrassing as the Bills giving it up to Kansas City that year in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was like 18 seconds when they got into field goal range. I mean, it was absurd. And this is what I don't understand. The personnel should be a whole lot better than it is with the Giants. We know the personnel is more talented than it is playing, and this is not a new defense. This is not anything new. So what the hell's going on?
I forgot what was our package. We had a package where we took literally we kept rushing 4, but we took every single linebacker off the field, and we brought all DBs, and we put the DBs in linebacker spots. In that situation, you bring in 7 DBs, and you press the corner so they can't get off the ball. You see what I'm saying? That way, so like linebacker, he just going to put an arm out. He ain't going to do anything. But if you put DBs on them, now you got DBs helping DBs. So like now they got 5 receivers. You got 5 DBs that's going to be playing them tight man with help everywhere. And they can play all kind of combo coverages because you know it's 100% not a run, right? So now if you put DBs there, you still got the 4-man rush, right? You do the 3-man rush, and you tell the outside guy to go underneath because you know he has to buy time. And so we had stuff like that. I think it was like Zipper or something. It was something stupid because we had Spartan package, we had the Diggs package, you know what I mean? And so we would go in there and put 7 DBs out there. So now the problem is when everybody want to play back. And we'll rally up and make the tackle. But all they had to get to a certain point. So we will always put that type of package out there where we can harass them to give our pass rush time to get there. If you just let them run down the field because everybody opens up, all right, we'll just back up. You're letting people come off the ball scot-ass free. That's stupid. You got to have a package.
Then one guy misses a tackle and you got a 30-yard play.
But somebody's on them. It ain't like a catch and now you got to tackle them. People are harassing them at the line of scrimmage.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you go the other way, if you have one guy miss that tackle after they catch the ball after 10, 15 yards.
Because the linebacker's no help. What the hell is he doing other than sitting in the window? He ain't actually chasing nobody. So you can play coverages, leverage the same way I was like limbo with you. Just imagine you got 7 DBs out there. That's why I should be the emergency situations coach. Because you got to practice those type of situations. End of the game situations. We practice them all the time. One thing I can say about Ray, we were prepared for every package. Just imagine, even if you go 5 DB, if you go 7 DBs, you can have one and just blitz one when you figure out the coverage. And now you got somebody that the lineman not counting coming from nowhere, but then you got all these pass defenders around. Linebackers shouldn't be out there in that situation, especially when it's something that has to be like a 25-yard completion.
It's just as frustrating as can be when that kind of thing happens. It's just absurd.
Because you've done the work. You went down there and scored, and now you've done the work, and then you give it up in 20 seconds? Come on, man. Keep your eyes on your luggage. And that's, to me, that's them not knowing special situations. That's why you talk about it usually comes down to lack of execution when it gets tight because people don't know how to beat execution. Because then you can still defend the sidelines, too, when they can't get out of bounds because you got all these extra DBs. Linebackers can't do that. You're asking a linebacker to keep up with receivers.
What are the chances both these teams avoid 0-3? Jets beat Tampa, Giants beat Kansas City.
I put it to over-under at 20%, man.
I think that's a high number. I think that number's loaded right there.
20%. I just hope that, maybe Baker Mayfield wake up and his gout flare up.
It's Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN, and on the ESPN New York app. I got that holiday gout. When you eat a lot of rich food around the holidays.
Remember, that's what the hydrogen water for.
Okay. Well, I don't get real gout, just a holiday gout.
A
little too much rich meat.
Toes on fire.
Bart and Carlin. Michael K. Show is up next,
K
baby.
got the gout.
That is next on the ESPN New York app and on YouTube.
On the basketball court, the soccer pitch, or even the golf course, your crew brings their best not just for the win, but for that post-game celebration. When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. And if you don't win, you'll still get the beer. It's just on you. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra.